Fuck me, man. Seriously? Like, seriously, for fuck's sakes, man.
Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Okay, Bobby.
These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's dealing?
Please.
Who's that?
All right, let's roll. The Monday Night Meltdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that busted, but everybody else in between. From Costa Rica to California, let's step up and in and rage. All right, so let's get right down to business. I apologize. We're a little bit late right now, but I don't know what happened. Fuck. We had a little bit of Google Hangout / YouTube issue. And pretty much at the exact same time, my cable just exploded. And my TV basically just fucking zapped out. Just as I was about to see what the Cleveland Indians were going to do. Oh, and now it's back on. All right, I had to reset it. What's up, Tim in South Florida? Representing where you in? You in Tampa? South Florida Bulls. Spencer S. in Toronto. Meg in North Carolina. Van Fob in Vancouver. Where are you, David Hutton? You're in Boston, I believe, right? I don't know where Ura is. I don't know where Ura is. Shano, I'm not really sure either, to be honest. I think Shano lives in like somewhere in Ontario. Ken is in Edmonton. Ryan Gosling, Montreal. Whenever I see Ryan Gosling's name, I always think like it's that actor. Gerald Martinez in Vegas. What's up, Vegas? Pick Machines in Dallas. I didn't know you were in Dallas, Pick Machine. Cool. I wanted to, and here's Big Man throwing darts right out of the gate. Seminole fan. A lot of excitement around the Seminoles. Yeah, what's that actor's name? Ryan Gosling? Gosling? What's the? I don't know. What's the actor's name? Something like that. What's the actor's name? What's the actor's name? Something like that. Whatever. All right, welcome. Let's get down to business. I apologize. We had some sort of issue here. So we got a bunch of late night baseball games, and I'll tell you what, I like the Oakland Athletics. It's a toss up. And Marco Estrada comes back from the DL. Marco Estrada was good. He's not good anymore. He hit a wall. He hasn't pitched in a while. You know, you're really not going to get a lot out of this guy. How many innings going to go? And it's going to go right into the bullpen. So I'll take the Oakland Athletics there. We've got Garrett Cole versus James Paxton. Houston versus Seattle. Tough baseball game. Altuve got placed on the DL. Got injured over the weekend. So Altuve's out. You know the Houston Astros are only batting 196 since the All-Star break? That's right. We're bringing numbers to the table tonight. They're only batting 196 since the All-Star break. You got Paxton coming back from the DL, though, tonight. It's his first start. You really don't know how many innings you're going to get from Paxton, but I expect Paxton to pitch well, probably get about 75 to 85 pitches from him. So, in other words, most likely 5, maybe 6, probably 5 innings, I would imagine, from Paxton tonight. Garrett Cole's a good pitcher. We're going under 7. We're going under the number, under 7. So we're taking the Oakland Athletics. We're taking the under 7. We're taking the San Francisco Giants. Derek Holland is on the hill. And don't look now, man, but Derek Holland, surprisingly enough, he's pitched well in his last 2 starts. You know, Derek Holland has given up 3 runs or less in 8 consecutive starts. His last 2 starts, he's only given up one. Last start, he only gave up 1 earned run. Over the last 12 innings, he's got 12 strikeouts. Derek Holland's actually pitching well right now. It's in a pitcher's park against a baseball team in the San Diego Padres that strike out more than any other team in Major League Baseball. They strike out 25.5% of the time. Hitter's park. Eric Lauer's on the hill tonight for San Diego. Not exactly Roger Clemens. So I like the San Francisco Giants. Out of all these late games, I probably like the Giants the best, to be honest with you. I think the Giants and Derek Holland get it done tonight in San Diego. And finally, in closing, we've got the Milwaukee Brewers with Peralta taking on Kenta Maeda and the Dodgers. Milwaukee are starting to fade a little bit right now, post-All-Star break, just like they did last year. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are dialing it up a notch. Kenta Maeda pitches well at home. Peralta is a little bit wild. He strikes out a lot of guys, but he's all over the place. He's got a lot of walks over his last 3-4 starts, too. He's losing control. He's had a problem with the long ball as of late, too. Peralta's given up 10 runs in his last 2 starts, including 7 in his last start, so the Dodgers should be able to get to him. So, in closing, I'm taking the Oakland Athletics, Houston Astros, Seattle Mariners, under 7, San Francisco Giants to win the game, and the LA Dodgers to beat the Milwaukee Brewers. 1-0 right now for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I've got the D-backs in some parlays. I'm on the Atlanta Braves right now, and I'm also on the Cleveland Indians, an Indian team that's tied 4-4 and just couldn't cash when they had runners on first and motherfucking second base. Or sorry, second and third, motherfuckers. So I would say that's a pretty good late-night Major League Baseball breakdown for you gentlemen. And ladies, I'd like to tell whoever already gave us three thumbs down to go fuck themselves. Come on, man. We just started the show. Unless you just don't like my face, there's nothing like not to like about this show so far. Which maybe you just don't like my face. But you know what? I'd rather you watch and give me a thumbs down than not give me the hit. So it's a win-win, to be honest. It's a win-win. Oh, it's up to 7 now. Oh, looks like the lurkers. We've got lurkers tonight. I assume the 7 people are basically like the last 7 people that I've kicked out of the chat. It's like the last 7 people I've kicked out of the chat. Listen, Larry Savage, We really didn't have much of a choice in your instance. Who else did we boot out last week? We booted someone else out too, but it was justifiable. I don't know. Look, the more I talk about thumbs down, the more they get hit. Like it doesn't bother me. Like I really don't care. I could have 800 thumbs down. I'd be happy, fuck, because the viewership would be good. It doesn't. See, Foghorn Soho text Smiley. Yeah, you seem like a lurker. Settle down, Foghorn. Well, what can we do? What can we do about Larry Savage? We can't accept any sort of derogatory language. You can come on and say somebody sucks or something, but listen, Larry Savage can create a new name and stay out of trouble, and it's the same motherfucking thing. Millhouse freaking out. Millhouse is freaking out, saying the Phillies suck. The Phillies are a good team, Millhouse. Tonight was a tough game. It was a tough game. All right, so we gave you our baseball here. We gave you our baseball picks. There's something here I wanted to get into, actually. Oh, shit, didn't take long. The Milwaukee Brewers are up 1-0. What, these motherfuckers, really? The Brewers are up 1-0, and they had the bases loaded. It's chaos across the board, fuck. Good job, Kenta Maeda. There's nobody out. So we'll keep our eye on that right now. As I stated, my best bet here in the late night hours is San Francisco. I like San Francisco here tonight. I'm also on the under 7, as we stated in that Seattle and Houston game. Houston actually have runners on early here too. See if Houston can get out. If Seattle can get out of this. They haven't scored, Houston. They have runners on first and second. There's 2 out. Paxton struggling a little bit out of the gate here. Man, I thought the Cleveland Indians just scored, but it was a damn replay. Fuck. I looked up and the Indians were round in third. I was like, oh, no. I'm on the Cleveland Indians here. All right, the ball is in play, and Seattle gets out of the top of the first. Houston had first and second. Good. What's going on with the Dodgers here? Dodgers could be in trouble. Fuck. Milwaukee have the bases loaded. Although Bet365 is acting all weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me open up a regular box score. Can't always trust the book now, can we? Same thing. Yeah, bases are loaded. Like, how do you have the bases loaded? How do you start the game with the bases loaded and you already have a run? Like, what the fuck's going on here? Play-by-play. Yeah, I want to see play-by-play here. All right, the game started. Yelich doubled, fuck. Then Moustakas walked, and then Kane singled, and then Shaw fucking singled. Holy shit, fuck. First 4 guys have gotten on, or a walk. 3 hits and a walk to start the game. Right now, Ryan Braun is up. Hopefully the Dodgers, see if the Dodgers can contain this early. What's up, Jeremy Sags? Yeah, we're a little light tonight, LV Joe. It usually picks up as the show goes on. So something I wanted to bring up, actually, somebody said they were in Dallas. Pick Machine says he's in Dallas. Something I want to bring up here. You know, Jerry Jones, Jerry Jones sort of all over the place. Like, you know, part of Jerry Jones is a cooler owner. You know, the dude parties and shit. He's definitely gives players like 13 chances. You know what I mean? So there's parts of Jerry Jones that are cool, but it seems like Jerry Jones, as he gets older, is becoming more of a douchebag. Or he was always a douchebag, and we were unaware. But, you know, all right, the Indians got something going on here. So, yeah, exactly, Van Fopp. So Jerry Jones has been running his mouth. Now, first off, Jerry Jones owns a bunch of Papa John's. So Jerry Jones knows Papa John. So, in other words, Jerry Jones knew that Papa John was a raving racist for years. But anyways, that's beside the point. So recently, Jerry Jones has really been pissed about the anthem stuff, right? And supposedly he told the Dallas Cowboy players that he will cut anybody that fucking disrespects the anthem. And he also, remember Roger Goodell in the NFL sort of compromised with the players. They said, listen, if you don't want to fucking be on the field for the anthem, you don't have to be on the field for the anthem. You can stay in the room and come out after the anthem. So Jerry Jones said, no, not on the Cowboys, you're not. You have to go out onto the field. But Jerry Jones can't do things that the league doesn't, you know what I mean, approve of. So the league even told Jerry Jones, stop fucking talking about the anthem all the time. And you can't force players to be on the sidelines. We just said that it's okay to stay in the room. So lo and behold, Jerry Jones at Dallas Cowboys camp opens. Cowboys camp opens with the national anthem. Well, guess who disrespects the national anthem today? Jerry fucking Jones. Jerry Jones, during the national anthem, spoke to his son, laughed, didn't pay attention to the anthem, and didn't take his hat off. Everybody knows you're supposed to take your fucking hat off and you're not supposed to talk during the anthem. Yet there's Jerry Jones, and it's all on video. There's Jerry Jones talking throughout the anthem, doesn't take his hat off, could care less about the anthem. He's like, yeah, whatever, fuck. The anthem's playing, and he's talking. Stephen Jones has his hand on his heart, but they're both laughing and ha, 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 ha. They're joking around during the anthem. So this motherfucker freaks out about respecting the anthem, yet the first time the anthem is played this year, there he is talking during the anthem, doesn't take his hat off. That's disrespecting the anthem. That's 100% disrespecting the anthem. If a bunch of brother players in the NFL fucking were talking and laughing during the anthem, people would fucking flip again. Trump would be tweeting about it and shit. Sean Hannity would have a fucking coronary, and Jerry Jones would be, not on my team. So I guess it's okay for you to fucking disrespect the anthem, Jerry, right? Because you're Jerry Jones. Just like it was all right for you to grope that fucking 22-year-old girl in the bathroom, even though you're a married man, right? That's, whatever. You're all about fucking morals. You're all about morals, Jerry. So it's great. He threatens to fucking cut anybody that does any sort of form of protest, yet he doesn't cut players for putting guns in fucking women's faces, for beating women up, excessive drug use, excessive steroid use, can go on and on and on. That's all fine with Jerry Jones. So basically, you can beat women up. You can fucking carry guns around and fucking threaten to shoot chicks. You could do a bunch of steroids, but you better fucking respect the anthem. Only on the Cowboys, I disrespect the anthem. Now, listen, LV Joe, I said the same thing earlier. I said, players could do more, too. It's not just during the season. But I'm not here to debate. I'm not trying to start a debate either, because it's going to be politically, splintered. Some people are adamant about they don't like the protest during the anthem, and some people support the players. But I'm not here to have that debate or even try to start that debate. I'm just pointing out Jerry Jones is a fucking hypocrite. All right? He's a fucking hypocrite. He fucking talks and threatens to fucking cut players for disrespecting the anthem. Yet the first time the anthem is played, he fucking talks through it and fucking leaves his hat on. So I think Jerry Jones, like really, as I stated, I mean, let's add up Jerry Jones. He's on tape fucking using the N-word. He's on video and pictures or photographic evidence of him fucking groping chicks in a woman's bathroom, in a bathroom stall. I'm sure that's all that happened there too. And now he disrespects the anthem. So it's like, Jerry Jones, you do everything that you fucking bitch about players doing. It's pretty fucking comical, actually. I swear to God, fuck. I'd like to put NFL owners on a lie detector test and ask them, are you faithful with your wife? And have you ever drunk and drive before? And how many crimes do you know of and are covering up? And I'd like to fucking get I'd like to get the NFL owners on a lie detector test. It'd be great. Is it true, Mr. Jones? Have you or have you not slept with 100 women under the age of 23 years old? And that's the best on the Simpsons. Fuck, when Mo Sislak's on a lie detector test. I don't deserve this type of shoddy treatment. And let me out of here. I got a hot date tonight. And I got a date tonight. And all right, I'm going home to eat dinner and ogle the Sears, the Victoria's Secret catalog. And all right, I'm going home to ogle the Sears catalog. Are you happy now? All right, the Sears catalog. Come on, Cleveland. Yeah. I don't deserve the shoddy treatment. And yeah, so as I was saying, Jerry Jones is a hypocrite. That's my whole point here. I'm not trying to open up a political can of worms, all right? It's too early in the week for everyone to argue here. Too early in the week for this shit. But I'm just stating Jerry Jones is a fucking hypocrite, all right? That's my point. And one last thing, actually, that's pretty interesting about all of this, that I didn't know this, actually. I knew that Colin Kaepernick was suing the NFL, right? So I knew that Kaepernick was suing the NFL for collusion and conspiracy against him. Yet I did not know that Mark Garagos was his attorney. And Mark Garagos is a very, very good lawyer. So Kaepernick's not fucking around here. And I saw a story with Garagos today. It's not really being picked up by the sports media very much. But basically, Garagos says that the Colin Kaepernick trial is tainted and that he has evidence and proof that Jerry Jones and Donald Trump personally conspired against Colin Kaepernick, yet that a judge won't let him take this to the public. That there's a court order that it's a fucking sealed right now. So Garagos said today that he's looking at ways how he's going to be able to handle this and get this to the public. But pretty, it's interesting here that it's Jerry Jones again somehow involved in this. That Garagos says that he has evidence that Jerry Jones and Donald Trump are like the ones that specifically fucking did block Colin Kaepernick. Exactly. The sports media is not going to bring that up. Here, I'll just throw here Mark Garagos. Kaepernick attorney Mark Garagos promised big news about the collusion case against the NFL. Mark Garagos, who's representing Colin Kaepernick in a collusion lawsuit, has been hinting all summer that he has damaging information about the NFL that will come out eventually in public in the case. But Garagos says the court is stopping him from letting the public know the facts. He then suggested that it involves a conspiracy between President Donald Trump and Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. He said the president tweeted about how lame the national anthem policy was. Then Jerry Jones came out and said they're going to stand during the anthem. The president retweeted basically an attaboy to Jerry Jones. Now, I'm under a protective order. I have to be very careful how I phrase this, but the protective order, I take great offense because I think it's basically just trying to muzzle me for a variety of reasons. If I see a conspiracy that violates the law, does a protective order mean that I can't talk about it? Garagos said there's more that he wants to say, but he can't right now. I know what's really going on between Jerry Jones, the president of the United States, and this national anthem policy, why they're doing this. And they're trying to admonish me. Whenever I want to talk about something, I think the public should know there's a partisan political issue, and I've got proof of it. They put me under a protective order. People don't actually understand what's happening behind the scenes with the president of the United States and the Dallas Cowboys right now. Garagos, and like I said, Garagos isn't fucking Avenatti here. Anyone that knows league lawyers in the law scene knows Mark Garagos is a guy who's been around for a long time, represented Michael Jackson, many other high-profile cases. Garagos said he's in the process of trying to divulge information that he believes is criminal. I haven't decided what to do yet. I don't think you can put me under a protective order. Why am I complicit in staying silent in what I believe is a crime? Garagos always indicated that he wants to make the deposition that he conducted with Jerry Jones public, but they won't let him. Like, why? It's a good point. Like, why are you guys so secretive about this? This isn't a terrorist case. This isn't like the Russia collusion case. Why are there court orders and gag orders and protective orders and shit going on here? What's going on with this Kaepernick case? What are you guys hiding? Like, honestly, this is a standard collusion fucking case. What's so secret about this? Like it's not a terrorist case. We're not talking about Edward Snowden here. This isn't WikiLeaks. It's a motherfucking, and it's an NFL quarterback suing the NFL. I mean, this isn't, you know what I mean? There's nothing classified or confidential about this. He goes, I've done a deposition that lasted many hours with Jerry Jones. And I think Jerry Jones is one of the only honesters. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I will say that he actually spoke the truth. Garagos, is that a violation of the protective order? He must have gotten Jerry Jones to say something. Eventually, Garagos says that the fuller picture of the situation is going to look good for Colin Kaepernick, and the NFL is not going to look good when the evidence is presented. Like, good shit. San Francisco's out to a 3-0 start. Good stuff. So, like, honestly, we're going to move on from this now. I know it's some guys are, whatever. We're going to move on from this, but I'm just going to ask you. It's a very good point. Why is everything in this Colin Kaepernick trial so secretive? We're not talking about any national security information here. We're talking about a football player suing the league. I don't understand why there would be any gag orders or protective orders. And evidently, don't forget, as part of the fucking suit, Colin Kaepernick fucking demanded that fucking like every NFL owner hand over their phones and their text messages about him. And they did. They had to, like legally. So Garagos probably has some serious shit on text message. I guarantee you, there's no fucking way that these fucking old white guys didn't fucking leave a trail at some point saying Kaepernick's not playing in this league. Right? And at what point do they have Jerry Jones? Does fucking Garagos have something on Jones, knowing that Trump told him fucking something? You know, who fucking knows? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. Look, the NFL is too big to fail, right? It doesn't matter. It is true. We've talked about this before. Roger Goodell could punch you in the face and you'd still watch NFL football on Sunday. Like, honestly. Like, right now, like, if Pac-Man Jones knocked on my door and fucking punched me in the face, I'd still watch the NFL. They know that. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm never watching the NFL again. An NFL player once fucking punched me in the face. Like, honestly, Roger Goodell could come and piss on your fucking, like, your front doorstep, and you'd be like, fucking Goodell, but you'd still bet on the NFL on Sunday. Like, I really don't know what it would take. Like, you know, I guess them, like, trying to kill you. You know, and even then, like, I bet you Marvin Harrison, the guys that Marvin Harrison and these guys, they still watch the NFL, I'm sure. You know? Like, is there really anything that the NFL could do? Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if an NFL player punches you in the face, you're still betting on the games. Roger Goodell could take a dump on my kitchen table right now. I'd be like, you fucking asshole. I'd be like, I hate you, Goodell. But I'd still watch the Buffalo Bill game. So, really, the NFL, what is it that they can do? You know what I mean? Like, at what point is it that the NFL can, like, do something to upset people? They can't. They can't. It doesn't matter. Like, they know it doesn't matter. Yeah, but Baltimore didn't sign him. Baltimore pulled the offer. Baltimore never offered him a contract. Neither did Seattle. The last team besides the San Francisco 49ers to offer Colin Kaepernick a contract were the Denver Broncos. When Kaepernick was on San Francisco and he was bitching at first, like before he protested. That's the thing, too. Kaepernick was going downhill right before. And Kaepernick might be screwed, but at the same point in time, and I don't want to talk about Kaepernick all night, but the point is, Kaepernick wasn't good enough to start, right? He was on a bad team. You know, he put up decent, fantasy numbers, but he was disinterested, you know? Kaepernick lost interest in football once Harbaugh left. He wasn't the same. Harbaugh was almost like a father figure to him type thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Kaepernick didn't fuck around when Harbaugh was around, right? Like, he was very focused. You know, Harbaugh got along with Kaepernick. Harbaugh knew how to relate to Kaepernick. So basically his skills were declining, Kaepernick. And, you know, his style of play, he seemed disinterested even before the protest stuff. And, you know, people thought, well, it's because he was on a really good team with San Francisco. Now they suck with that fucking Tom Sula guy and, you know, Chip Kelly. He went through like a lot of bullshit with coaches and shit. So Kaepernick sort of started to dial out and tap out a bit and get more of an activist thing going. And the Denver Broncos called him in. And he was making like $11 million, I guess, $10 million, 10 and a half, whatever, with the Niners. And the Denver Broncos told him, listen, this is like after the Peyton Manning shit. They said, listen, John Elway said, I'll make you the quarterback. And Elway was going to accept even whatever. Like Elway didn't tell him, don't do this, don't do that. Basically, Elway said, I want you to be the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. And Kaepernick flew to Denver and shit and met with Elway. So they were there in a room together. And Elway said, I want you to be the quarterback of the Broncos, but I'm up against it with the cap. And I need to pay you $7.5 million, not $10.5 million. He said, if you can redo the contract, I'll trade for you right now, and you'll be my starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos. And Kaepernick said no. Kaepernick said no. Kaepernick said, if you trade for me and pay me the full contract, I'll gladly come here. But I will not take $3 million less. And Kaepernick told him, if I take $3 million less and then you cut me, where am I then? I lose my market value. And Kaepernick said no. And Kaepernick went back to San Francisco and then started the protest stuff. Look, Kaepernick would be a backup in the NFL, all right? If he didn't run his mouth and he didn't start shit, he would have been a backup in the NFL at this point. He wouldn't be a starter. Like what team, you know what I mean? He wouldn't be a starter. It's not just the protest stuff. It's his quarterbacking. Right? He excelled in that zone read option stuff and the run pass option, zone read option, whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't work anymore. It was a fact. He never really excelled after that. He never excelled without Jim Harbaugh, essentially. This is, you know what I mean? It's just what it comes down to. He was a good quarterback for a couple of years, but his time was running out, you know? Like I said, like when he started the protest shit, he was about to lose his job anyways. You know, he was sort of, you remember like he used to be ripped and shit? Remember when he went to the Super Bowl and it was Kaepernick mania and he fucking used to kiss his arm and shit? He was all fucking ripped. He was in shape and stuff. If you notice, like even before the protest and the year before, he was a lot skinnier. He showed up, he was skinnier. He said, I don't like working out. I don't like that shit. And, you know, he had changed. He started to change. You know, he started to like get away from football. Well, I wouldn't. I see we have a lot of negative cap people here. Johnny, I wouldn't say that Colin Kaepernick. I wouldn't act like the Colin Kaepernick got carried to the Super Bowl. They don't go to the Super Bowl without Colin Kaepernick, bro. Yeah, you might not like Colin Kaepernick, but let's not pretend that he wasn't a great quarterback. The dude was a phenom. He took over the NFL. Fuck. The guy went to a Super Bowl and the NFC Conference Championship game, basically as his first year and second year starting. That's pretty good. You know, now I will say this. In the Super Bowl, he played well enough. You know what I mean? He did his thing in the Super Bowl. The play calling was bad. The stupid fucking idiot, what's his name? Romans and fucking Harbaugh. If they fucking run the fucking goddamn football 4 times in a row, they win the Super Bowl and Baltimore doesn't win. You know, he played well enough in the Super Bowl. I will say in the second game, in the next year after, in the NFC Conference Championship game against Seattle the second time, he did struggle at the end. The 2 interceptions were not good. I remember he threw 2 fucking interceptions in the last 9 minutes of the game. He kept forcing the fucking football in. He got impatient, and, you know, it's crazy because San Francisco was probably going to win the game. San Francisco's defense did keep him in that one. And if you remember that game, San Francisco's defense kept getting the fucking ball back for him. And all they needed was 1 score. And I remember once he fucking got picked in the end zone. It was a nice play, but it wasn't the best pass. He got picked in the end zone. Remember on the tip ball, someone tipped it. I think fucking Sherman tipped it, and then Chandler maybe caught it. And then there was like with 3 minutes left, remember San Francisco were driving, and same shit, man. He tried to force one in, a deep one, and it got picked off. And it was just barely, like both times, like if it was just like a fucking, like 3-4 inches higher, bro, you're going to the Super Bowl again. But that's football. It is a good point that Nick brings up. Listen, I'm not sitting here saying that he's a big angel here. I'm just spitting out facts to you here, all right? I just talked about the case. I'm not on the jury. You guys aren't on the jury. I'm telling you about the case and the Jerry Jones and the Trump and Garagos and everything. But Nick is right. Nick is right in the sense that the Miami Dolphins actually did sort of like weren't against it. There was a time when the Miami Dolphins were looking at Kaepernick, except the fact they basically realized we can't do this, fuck. And basically Kaepernick fucking praised Fidel Castro. And in Miami, that's not good. And it's not you, and that's the thing. Like it's not everything black and white here. You can't say that whatever Kaepernick was discriminated against in Miami, for fuck's sakes. People in Miami, their families were executed and shit by Castro. They fucking hate Castro in Miami. And they fired Ozzie Guillen because of that. Ozzie Guillen spoke glaringly of Castro. He won the fucking World Series for the fucking Marlins. And they were like, you got to go. Like, you got to go. Like, that's unacceptable in Miami. So it was a non-starter with the Dolphins. That's not on the NFL. That's on Kaepernick. That's your fault. No, but you can go on both sides of this. You know what I mean? And I see all sides. I'm not just a right-wing or a left-wing guy. I don't look at like things like that. So I see all sides. I feel his right to protest, but Kaepernick brought it upon himself. If Kaepernick just would have taken a knee during the anthem, it's one thing. And a lot of other players have taken knees during the anthem and haven't gotten the same sort of blowback. The whole thing with Kaepernick was the accumulation of things. The praising of Castro, the praising of Che Guevara, the basically praising of communist dictators all the time, the pig fucking socks for the police. He was instigating. Like, he knew what he was doing. I don't think Kaepernick started out as some angel, to be honest, either. I think Kaepernick actually did this to try to piss people off. And then I think it turned into something bigger in the anthem shit. Because he showed up with the cop socks first before anything. He started to wear the Castro shit. It seemed like he basically was like, you know what? I know this is going to piss the football world off. They're very conservative, so let me do it. And then he did it, and then it just grew into this big thing. And it took off from there. Oh, Cap's done a lot of good things too. There's many sides to everything. Speaking of which, one nice thing, LeBron James. I see LeBron James. I'm not watching right now, but I see LeBron James is on Don Lemon's show tonight. And, listen, we've been critical, and I've said a lot of things about LeBron James. But all of my stuff about LeBron James is his character on the court. I just don't like how he gets every fucking call, right? But I've often said that LeBron James is a good man off of the court. And I don't know about everything about his personal life, but we do know that he's donated an incredible amount of money. He sends a lot of people to colleges, like a lot, like fucking thousands type thing. And now he raised it up a new notch. He opened up a school today. He opened up a school, for real. Like, it's his school, fuck. Like, not like a LeBron James school. I don't know what it's called. What's it called? Someone might know. The Future or something, or whatever. He's got a name for it. It's like the name of a school. So LeBron James built the building, fucking paying the teachers. Like, LeBron James has a school. It's like a private school, like for underprivileged kids. Yeah, promise. That's it. Promise. I promise. It's pretty crazy. Like no one's ever done this before. Nah, you're not doing that for PR, Joe Kim. Nobody opens up a school for PR, because people like you are always just doing it for PR. He's doing it because he wants to give back to the community. Yeah, you settle down, Joe Kim. Yeah, LeBron's a shithead. The guy opens up a school and sends thousands of kids to university. He's a shithead. See, that's the thing with people, right? That's why athletes hate fans. That's why athletes hate fans, because of comments like that and shit. It's like LeBron James doing something positive in society. It's like, oh, he's a shithead. Why? Because he doesn't vote? Well, who's he going to vote for? He didn't want to vote for Hillary Clinton. He didn't want to vote for Donald Trump. So what? People that fucking force votes for one side or the other, that's stupid. You guys are unbelievable. Oh, he's opening up a PR school. Yeah. Because he needs publicity, LeBron James. Yeah, LeBron James needs publicity. I hate to break this to you guys, but LeBron James really doesn't give a shit what you guys think. It's amazing the negativity, man. His actions are immature. I know. His actions are immature. Him opening up a school and sending thousands of kids to university. Very immature. You guys are all fucked up, man. Last week it was LeBron. It was DeMar DeRozan's an asshole. He's an asshole. It's unbelievable. The best part is it's people that give nothing back to society that always like mock everyone else the most. Speaking of LeBron James has also spoken about joining the Lakers, and he talked about the other teams that he did consider. He said, I did my due diligence after the season on the pros and cons of a lot of different teams, including the Cleveland Cavaliers, Philadelphia 76ers, Houston Rockets, and Los Angeles Lakers. It wasn't just a quick decision. He goes, I talked to my family more than anybody, and I just felt like LA was the best step for me. Big man on campus is like, damn. James said he was intrigued by the thought of playing with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid in Philadelphia. He was also torn due to his relationship with Chris Paul. He thought long and hard. He said, I thought long and hard about the Houston Rockets, about playing with James Harden and Chris Paul. But ultimately, I felt like Los Angeles was the best step. He said, I wanted the challenge of putting the Lakers back on top of the league. I know. You guys really fucking, you guys really like pick your weird like targets for people that are assholes. And listen, nobody has been more critical of LeBron James than me during the season. I'm always shitting on him. I'm always shitting on. Ask Nate Brooks. I was the one that was like adamant he's not better than Jordan. Fuck. I was like, you know, I'm the one that like when it comes to basketball, I've been very critical of LeBron James, but you guys sound like Sarah Palin ripping Colin Kaepernick for donating money. Colin Kaepernick donated money to all these like guys that got out of jail that were trying to get jobs in suits. So Sarah Palin was pissed. She's tweeting and like she's fucking on Facebook. She's like, why the fuck doesn't Colin Kaepernick donate to the troops? You know, why is he donating to ex-convicts? And fucking somebody was like, well, actually, he fucking did donate to the troops. And she was like, well, he just did that for publicity. It's like, well, he didn't get any publicity out of it. So I guess he didn't do it just for publicity, right? Oh, and she was bitching too because he donated to Somalia. There was like a big tragedy in Somalia and Kaepernick donated like fucking $1 million or a lot of money, whatever it was. She squawked, how come he's donating to foreign countries? It's like, holy shit, Palin. Like, you like, what do you donate? Fucking besides money to your fucking local fucking pharmacist for all the fucking pills you take. You know, Palin donates a lot of money to the legal community. Fuck. Every one of her fucking kids is in court every 2 days. Fuck. Straight mother. This chick's stoneder than I am during half her fucking speeches. Fuck. I know, but just it's funny. I just expected that I would just bring up, hey, look, fucking LeBron James opened up a school today, and people would go, hey, that's great, fuck, he's a cool dude, nice guy. Be like, nice guy. Instead, it's like, oh, he's fake, he's an asshole, he's doing this for publicity. Yeah, I know, fuck, because it's LeBron James's goal, fuck, this summer to go on the Don Lemon show on CNN, fuck. And we got a hostile crowd here tonight. Well, what's up, Mud? What did I say, Mud? Since the All-Star break, the Houston Astros are hitting 196. I think the Red Sox are the team to beat in the American League. The only thing is, with baseball, you get to the playoffs and anything can happen. You know? Anything can happen. Those 5-game series are killers, fuck, to start with. You can win 109 games and be out, fuck, after a week. You know, that's what makes the baseball playoffs so exciting. And especially, too, you know what? Like, Cleveland's going to have an advantage. Because Cleveland's going to go on the road wherever they are, and they're going to win a division. So Cleveland doesn't need to worry about a wild card game. So Cleveland's going to be like, all right, fuck, we're going in here to play these guys. They'll be on the road. Oh, no, I guess they'd get the wild card team, right? Yeah, they would get the wild card. No, it depends on the record. So my bad, yeah. So my whole point is in those 5-game series, you're better off being on the road. So that's the whole thing. So you get the team that like, oh, they won all these games. They get home field in the first round in the 5-game series. It's worse. It sucks being at home in a 5-game series, especially in baseball. Fuck, man. I mean, the other team throws their fucking ace at you in the first game. You fucking lose. You're fucking screwed. Like, you're basically already like, oh, fuck, we lose one more game. We're done. Like, we're in a lot of trouble. Like, you know, and you see this sometimes. Teams lose the first 2 games at home. They're fucked. They got to go back on the road now. And the other team just needs to win 1 game out of the next 3, and they got 2 at home. Or even you win 2. I mean, sorry, you split one of the 2 on the road. You're still going back home. You win 2 games in a row. You win the series. Like, you're actually better off being on the road in a 5-game series. It's the same thing in the NBA when I used to have the 5-game series. That's why, like, we don't see the 8 versus 1 upsets anymore very much in the best of 7 shit. It used to happen more in the best of 5 because, best of 5, there's not a lot of room for error. You lose that first game, and already it's like, oh, shit, we got to win the 3 of the next 4 games. So, you know what I'm saying? When it gets to the playoffs and there's 5 games, anything can fucking happen. And the other thing is, too, home field really doesn't mean much in baseball. It does and it doesn't, Like, you'd rather have home field than not, just in a game 7, basically. Like, they always say the home field doesn't matter until a game 7, ultimately. But in baseball, baseball is not like football or college basketball or something. Like, teams win on the road all the time in baseball. It's not the same intimidating, like, oh, shit, we got to go into that stadium. It's more who's fucking pitching than what stadium you're in. It's not as intimidating, baseball on the road. Now, there are some teams that have very good home records, but in the playoffs, it sort of nullifies itself. And each team, too, your weaknesses get exposed more in the playoffs, right? Like, you go through each team. You look at the Boston Red Sox. I think the Boston Red Sox are the team to beat in the American League. And probably in baseball, to be honest. I think the Dodgers and the Red Sox are the best teams. So, you have the Red Sox. But the Red Sox, this edition of the Red Sox, hasn't had postseason success. It's been a few years. They've stumbled in the playoffs. Chris Sale's arm usually gets tired as the year goes on. David Price has never been a big playoff pitcher. And after that, they don't really have like, oh, fuck, like that guy's going to shut the other team down in the playoffs. Like, Boston's pitching, and they didn't, I thought maybe they'd do something at the deadline here. Boston's, like a Porcello, they're good, but, it's not a guarantee they're pitchers in the playoffs, the Boston Red Sox. The Yankees are fading. The Yankees are like fucking 15-17 in the last 32 games. They're beat up. They're injured. They'll be healthier come playoff time. They're lucky that they won so many games early. The Yankees are really a 500 team right now. The Yankees pitching is suspect in a 5-game series, majorly suspect. And the Yankees live by the long ball too much. They strike out too much. They don't put enough balls in play. They're not a great defensive team. The ball's not going to travel as much when it's cold out in the playoffs. And also, it's easier to hit home runs all the time when you're facing shitty pitchers in Baltimore all the time, in Toronto and shit. So you're not going to have that. You're going to be facing top pitchers in the playoffs. I sort of discount the Yankees. Cleveland are sort of the lowest on the totem pole and the power pole here, but they're actually pretty fucking dangerous. Cleveland know this too. Cleveland, like, man, it doesn't fucking matter if we win 100 games. We're going to win a division anyways. And we make the playoffs every year. So let's just worry about the playoffs. And they're fucking dangerous. You got to deal with a Corey Kluber. You got to deal with a Carlos Carrasco. You got to deal with a Trevor Bauer. They got Bieber. Their bullpen is a little shaky, but in the playoffs, they can let their starters go deeper. Like, no one's going to want to play Cleveland in a playoff series. It's just they got Jose Ramirez, Edwin Encarnacion. They've got guys that can hurt you. Francisco Lindor. They're a dangerous team in the playoffs. Like, don't discount Cleveland. And you can't discount, you got the Astros. No one ever repeats, fuck. No one's repeated since Derek Jeter and the Yankees fucking like a long time ago. So that was like 1999, 2000 or something. So no one ever repeats in baseball. I'll sort of just discount the Astros. Plus, the Astros can't hit. They're not everything's going to go their way again. Yeah, the Mariners are the Athletics, the wild card, both dangerous teams, but it'll be tough for them because they'll have to play a single game against the Red Sox or the Yankees. Or I guess the Yankees most likely. They'll have to go and beat the Yankees, which is a possibility. All right. We'll take a quick bathroom break, bong break, water break, beer break, quick walk the dog break, whatever kind of break that you need. Yeah, as I stated, Kid the Groove, I think I know baseball statistics more than you do. But you seem to be an expert on everything. Let me speak slow for you, Kid to Groove, because you seem to be a kind of a fucking dumb guy. The Houston Astros have Jose Altuve on the DL. The Houston Astros are hitting 196 since the All-Star break. I know that's a sophisticated stat for you that you probably would. Oh, how does Gabe even know that? How do you even know that? See, that's why fucking people like you watch me. That's why I'm hosting a show and you're watching me. So I can tell you that the Houston Astros are hitting 196 since the fucking All-Star break. See, now you're a little educated. You're a little less stupid, Kid to Groove. All right, the Cleveland Indians just lost again. Fuck, the Indians really do suck. Eh? Like, it's amazing. We always talk every night about how the Indians are a bad team to bet on, fuck, because they're overly priced all the time. But fuck, man. All right. All right. So, quick break. On the other side, Big Man on Campus will join us. I know, Johnny, but I'm saying in the playoffs, they're still dangerous. Fuck. That's what's annoying about these guys. Yeah, and as I was saying, this is for Kid to Groove, so I guess I'll speak slower again here. No team is repeated in Major League Baseball, as I stated, since 1999-2000. But I'm sure Kid to Groove already fucking knew that. I can't wait to watch your new show on ESPN this fall, Kid to Groove. Been a hot show here tonight so far. A lot of hate, though. Of all night, like LeBron James. LeBron James, big asshole. How dare he open a school? You need a bullpen, fuck. You need a bullpen. That's one of the biggest keys to winning in the postseason in baseball, a bullpen. When the Kansas City Royals went to the World Series and 2 years in a row, what's up, Ghoster? When they went to the World Series, it was bullpen. You have a great bullpen. Of course, it shortens games. Bullpen's critical in the postseason. Look at Millhouse. Millhouse is killing. Looks like Millhouse will be buying in Las Vegas. So we tweeted out earlier, we've got a very busy month of August coming up here. I think we're going to be in like 6 different cities, actually, in the next fucking month. We're in Toronto right now. And next Monday night at this time, we will be doing this show from New York City. As next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'll be in New York City doing all my shows. I'll be appearing with Craig Carton Monday, I guess Tuesday and Wednesday next week. From 9 till 12, I'll be on for the whole shows with Carton and friends in New York City. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. And then next weekend is my birthday, but it happens to be also the first game of the Sun Youth Hornets in Montreal, where my good friend Earl de la Prelle was a longtime coach, and he recently passed away. So it's the first game without him. And all his former players and everybody are going to be there for the first game. And after, everyone's going out for drinks. So I'm going to be there for that. Since I couldn't make all the other funeral stuff. So I'll be there for then. And I'll do a little mini birthday show. I'll be on my birthday here anyways on the Friday, but I'll do a little Patreon party from Montreal. And then we're going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada for the IFBC. And then after IFBC, instead of coming back to Toronto, I'm going to Vancouver. So, yeah, we're going to be in a lot of different places this month. And word on the street is Big Man on Campus might come up to New York City next week as well. What's up, Big Man?
I'll see you up there, Gabe.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll probably do Red Heat and Rage from the studio. Me and Big Man, he comes on every Tuesday with me and Cam. Sometimes the studio's taken. There's like TV shit or digital video shit, but either way, we'll either do it at the studio or we'll do it from my hotel. But probably the studio. But it's pretty cool. The studio right across the street from Madison Square Garden, baby, right outside of Penn Station.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll come up and see you, say hello, and see what we can do. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Vancouver. Well, I'm going to be in Vancouver August 27th through like 30th or something like that. It's during the week, Van Fob.
Damn, you're traveling around, huh?
Yeah, a lot of fucking traveling, bro.
Good
Like
stuff.
I'll be in New York Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'll go to Montreal on Saturday morning and back. We got the Vegas fucking shit. Yeah, man. A lot of stuff, but hey, it's better to be busy than to be dead.
How about that, Gabe? I've never met you, but I'll see you twice in 1 month.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'll meet you in New York, and then we'll be in Vegas again.
Yeah, IPC. It's getting closer and closer. Make sure you're out there if you're a fan of the shows. I know plenty of people will be out there. Should be a good time. A lot of good speakers, a lot of good people. And you get to meet Gabe and me and everybody else.
Yeah, and our show too in New York. I'll confirm this later in the week, but it's also open to the public. Like the studio is in a bar.
Yeah, restaurant. Yeah,
it's in a bar, restaurant, in a hotel right across the street from Madison Square Garden. So like last time, people came down and saw us and stuff. So people can come down if you're in New York. You can come watch the show live. There's like a glass studio in the restaurant and the bar. It's pretty nice too. So that's going to be pretty motherfucking cool. So next week, New York. And next weekend, Montreal. And then in about 3 weeks, we'll be in Las Vegas. And we're fired up for Las Vegas, man. It's gonna be good. I'm getting in Wednesday night in Vegas. And then the real party starts on Friday.
Perfect. Sounds perfect.
Yeah. Fuck. It's gonna be a lot of got to get you the PJ. What's PJ?
I have no idea.
Pajamas?
What's it, Gabe? 35th Street and 8th Avenue?
I
I think so. 35th and 8th Avenue. Yeah, it's 35th and 8th.
It is.
It's right down from Times Square, right up from Madison Square.
Yes, sir. Yeah. West 35th Street.
Yep, 35th and
8th. 30 West 35th Street. 218 West 35th Street.
If you go up to the corner of 8th and 35th, you just make a left off 35th Street.
Rooms are $270 a night there. It's a pretty nice hotel.
Yeah.
I stayed there before, actually. Very nice. Yeah,
you're staying there again, right? Or
the rooms? No, I won't be here this time.
Okay.
No, it's too. It's cheaper to put me up in Jersey.
Well, you can get used to that then.
The Sun Youth game, Ryan Gosling. Yeah, if you want to come down, the Sun Youth game is it's on Mount Royal. What's that park called? Fuck. I think Mount Royal Park. Fuck. You know, like across the street from like the mountain where the drums are and shit. Sun Youth, like they have the football field there. So it's basically it's on Park Avenue, like right near where the Alouettes play. I forget what the park is called. I haven't lived in Montreal in a few years. So I forget the name of the park. I think it's fucking Mount Royal Park, but I'm not sure. But it's basically like right across the street from the mountain. Like literally like where all the drums are and all that shit. It's right across the street in that big park. There's like a fucking football field. It's a soccer and football field with like field turf and shit. They got little stands up. So it's a nice little field, actually. All right, so let's just do a quick baseball check, and we'll get into some stuff here. 4-4 Cardinals, of course, fuck. I got the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, they blew it.
And the Rockies always fucking do that. I mean, the Cardinals never come back, ever. And, of course, I bet against them, and here they are.
Why do they have a $100 million bullpen again?
Yeah. So it's 3-1 for the Giants right now. We're on the Giants. We told you we're on under 7 in the Seattle-Houston game. Well, it's scoreless right now. Dodgers are losing 1-0 to the Brew Crew. It's 2-0 for the Athletics, and a surprise right now. Although it's only the bottom of the 5th inning, the Texas Rangers are up 3-1. Martin Perez, who's normally a gas can, is actually getting it done here tonight.
What a surprise!
Yeah, of course. It's just sort of bring on some fucking football. So speaking of which,
Shin Shu with a big home run.
He's a good player. Somebody asked me earlier in the chat, I apologize if I didn't answer, is if I'm betting that Thursday night football game this week. Yes, I will. Yes, I will, but I don't have a pick just yet. I don't have a pick just yet for it. So somebody asked me when I'm moving. Yeah, Jean Moss Park. Thanks, Ryan Gosling. That's it. Jean Moss Park. I'm going to move. I'll be in New York permanently. Well, whatever, permanently. I'll be in New York for the football season starting October. Not September, but October. I'm recording a fucking record, too, in September, man. I got a lot of shit going. So, yeah, I'll be in New York starting in October, guys. So, yeah, the fall. I'll be there for the fucking baseball playoffs, and I'll be there for some MLS, big man. I want to go to Yankee Stadium for New York.
Oh,
FC.
yeah, I meant to say something. We should go watch them play. I got to tell you, Gabe, I've always liked this guy, but I've really began to love this guy over the last couple weeks. I mean, how great is Latin? I mean, how great is he?
Yeah, what a show last night.
What a king. I mean, he's literally the greatest.
The whole MLS has just been on fire as of late.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. I got to say, I've really enjoyed this league. Man.
They've done well coming out of the World Cup, don't you think? Like with the momentum.
Yeah.
Like I'd be honest. I remember 4 years ago after the World Cup, watching MLS, and it was a little bit of a letdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nothing's going to match that elite level of soccer you see in the World Cup. But this, quite frankly, the quality of play wasn't great in this year's World Cup. But generally, you have all the best players on the pitch at once, and then you watch, right, MLS is a little scattered, but there's a lot of fucking guys, bro, that were in the World Cup even that are in the MLS. And in fact, in the All-Star game on Wednesday, there's going to be 5 guys on the MLS All-Stars that were in the World Cup. So it's not just, they've got real players, man. We'll get to that in a second. Let me look up the NYFC skid. Even though I think the Red Bulls will be closer to me, but
did you hear about the Atlanta United coach, Gabe?
no, what happened?
He says that he thinks that he doesn't know why the All-Star game's right now and it should be rescheduled. Because he says that basically he's concerned about potential injury because it's so late in the season.
He should shut the fuck up, He's got quite a few guys on his team playing too. Maybe he'll sit them quicker.
Yeah, he got Joseph Martinez is the best player in the but there's a lot of players not playing. Like Villa's not playing, Zlatan's not playing.
How come Zlatan's not playing?
I would imagine load management or something.
Fatigue or whatever, huh?
Too much going on. I mean, the guys are playing like nuts lately. Yeah, I don't know why he's not playing. I just know he's not.
This Philadelphia Union versus fucking.
He's cited fatigue. There you go.
Yeah. It's funny. Last night after the match, he said, I could have scored more.
But he said he was tired, though.
Yeah,
you heard him?
I got too tired.
Yeah, I don't blame him, frankly. He's done enough.
Hell of a comeback. I'm kicking myself for not jumping in on that at plus fucking 240 and 260 last night when we were all watching that game together.
Yeah,
New York, Darcy. New York. That's where I'm going.
I grabbed the over beginning of the game, and then I grabbed it live, and it was perfect. What a cleanup. Yeah,
it was nice pick. A very entertaining game. I tell you, Orlando played well last night offensively, but unbelievable, guys. Fucking 7 goals. Like I said, if you're not watching, I know a lot of you are, but we're getting more and more and more and more into the MLS right now from a betting standpoint too. I've always bet it, but now I really look forward to the games. But look, that LA, even though we got fucked on that game, that LAFC, LA Galaxy fucking derby last week was off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere was great. And then last night, man, that was a special fucking game. Like you said, this Zlatan's had a hat trick, guys. And, man, Orlando would score 1-0. Then LA scored 1-1. And then you figure, all right, LA is going to take over the game now. They were big favorites. And then, boom, Orlando scored again, 2-1. And then LA would score 2-2. And then Orlando scored like 2 minutes later, bam, 3-2. It was like, holy shit. And then LA fucking Zlatan wouldn't be denied, man. They just raised it up a notch. Bam, bam. They scored fucking 2 more, take a 4-3 lead. Very entertaining game, sold out crowd really, really into it. Like I said, the MLS has really been a lot of fun. A lot of fun since the World Cup has come to a close.
Orlando City is an absolutely horrific defensive team. They're horrific. They're just dreadful. They might be the worst offensive team I've ever seen. They can't keep goals out. It seems like they give up 3 goals every game.
I know. Of course, they never fucking score, and somehow they scored a shitload.
They had some nice goals last night. That header by Dom Dwyer was on point.
Yeah, I know they did, and LA had an own goal too. I don't see a number yet, so I was kind of looking forward to seeing Ronaldo make his debut. And I didn't think he was going to play much, but I thought he would be at the game at least.
I think he'll be there, but I don't think he's not.
No, he's not there.
Okay, not there.
He will not be there. So he played at he showed up today at Juventus. So basically like half their team is in Italy and the other half is here. He will not be joining them. He's going to train for the week, and I guess he's going to make his debut for their own fans. Sort of like college football, big man. They do like an inter-squad scrimmage, black versus white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very popular too. They do it up in one of the little neighboring towns. It's very popular.
Exactly. So I guess it's tradition, right?
Yeah.
So they figure it's special. They're going to roll them out there. So it's the starters versus the reserves. That's how they do it. Starters versus the reserves. And it's crazy. He's not playing in any of these games. It's kind of, I guess he's Ronaldo and he doesn't have to. He's going to play in that fun game, the inter squad game, and then boom, they play their first real game like the week after that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely interesting. I mean, from a fitness perspective, I got to wonder. I mean, it seems a bit wild. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo basically hasn't played since Portugal was knocked out of the World Cup. I mean, it's been a long time, no?
I know. Like you figure they stay all right, playing a couple of the games in America,
Yeah, that's a long time to be off. It really is. It's interesting that they're not going to give him some run. I would at least let him play against Real Madrid in that final Champions Cup game on Saturday, I think it is. But yeah, very odd. I would have thought we'd see him a bit more.
But they announced today that Darwin Quintero, the New York Red Bull midfielder Tyler Adams, have been added to the roster to face Juventus. He's going to replace Zlatan, actually.
Yeah, I mean, not
and David Villa. Both these guys are replacing Villa and Zlatan.
There's still some talent. I mean, you got, Giovinco, you got Alphonso Davies. You got some talent here. I mean, Phillips from the Red Bulls. There's still plenty of guys that could score. Carlos Vela,
Giovinco too played for Juventus too, so he's going to be fired up.
Sure, Italian guy, yeah.
Man, I had a good story earlier today with like the lineups for both teams.
I wish they'd put a fucking number out. What are they winning?
I know. All right, fuck. Where's the fucking? Like they had the list of like which Juventus guys are going to be playing.
No, Chris, Orlando City's the worst by a wide margin. They've given up like 51 goals this year. But Impact are bad too.
Yeah, settle down, big man.
Well, I'm just saying. He said it, and Chris said it.
Impact give up a lot. Let's see. Montreal Impact climbing the standings now, though. Actually, Montreal Impact, they've given up 39 goals to the Impact in 28 games.
I mean, Orlando City's getting up 12 more goals. That's
51
amazing.
goals, fucking 51 goals in fucking 22 games.
That's like over 2 a game. It's like 2.4 a game. Awful.
TFC have actually given up the exact same amount as Montreal.
Chicago Fire pretty bad also.
Yeah, Chicago Fire aren't very good. Let's see, out west, Salt Lake have given up 39. The Whitecaps are very bad defense.
Yep. Minnesota Whitecaps, they're bad.
Something to think of too. And last night, guys, the LA Galaxy came back, but this is good, like gambling note for the future. Here is the Orlando FC. I almost said the Orlando Magic, but the Orlando FC. They've given up the most goals in MLS, big man, in the last 30 minutes of games. So from the 60-minute to the 90-minute mark, that's just good to know, too, for in-game betting, right? So you basically know they're giving up goals, fuck. Yeah, if you think, the 60th minute, there's not going to be, there will be. They give up the most goals in the league from the 60th to the 90th minute. I'm starting to learn a lot of these little inside stats and trends now in MLS.
I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be the Galaxy and Atlanta United. I think those are the two best teams.
Yeah, this Galaxy team looks explosive, but defensively, big man, they've got issues. Fuck, like they've given up 36.
Yeah, they gotta figure that out for sure. I mean, but you look at like LAFC. I mean, they're pretty much neck and neck. FC Dallas is an interesting team because they're really good defensively. They just don't score as many goals.
Yeah, I know.
Portland Timbers have been playing well. They've been climbing up the sheet a little bit. I mean, they're up to fourth.
I sort of get the feeling too that Galaxy, sort of even LAFC, maybe that's sort of like the Las Vegas Golden Knights in their first year, going on the run.
LAFC is like the similar logo too.
Yeah, black and gold. I know. And look, Atlanta FC, same bullshit. Fuck, right? Fuck
Look at LAFC though, Gabe. Look at their last like 6 games. Look at this: 4-1, 2-2, 4-1, 3-2, 5-1, 0-0, 2-2.
They're fucking aggressive, LAFC, bro. If they fucking kick the ball, like everyone's just like shoot, 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 shoot. Like that's one thing with LAFC when you watch them was that guy Nguyen. Fuck, he fucking boots the ball from like they score a lot.
He had a big goal the other night.
Yeah. Like I like their style. Like they basically fucking flick the ball at the net and they look for rebounds and try to bang it in. But they're very offensive minded. But there's a lot of hot teams right now in the MLS, guys. Like New York City FC, fuck.
They look like
10-0-1 at home. They haven't lost a fucking home game, guys.
They're shit on the road though. They looked awful the other night, last night.
That's the thing. I mean, look at Montreal Impact, dude. They're not bad at home. 7-4 at home. 2-9-1. You know, one good thing, too, guys, about betting on the MLS is there's not really a shitload of draws either, right? So you can sort of bet teams to win.
Yeah. A lot of teams lose.
So there's a game tomorrow, and I'm sure Bet365 and some of the books will have a number up for it.
Really?
Yeah. This is some hardcore shit, bro.
What's the game tomorrow?
MLS Homegrown. It's basically like the youth all-star game, but versus the Mexican League.
I was going to say, I was like,
some of the best and brightest young talent from Major League Soccer and Liga MX will be on display when the MLS Homegrown team meets the Tigre UANL under 20 in the 5th annual MLS Homegrown game.
I wonder who's in that.
I got the list here. All right, the MLS Homegrown Teams features familiar names, including several players who are regular starters in MLS, included Philadelphia Union, Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty, DC United central midfielder Chris Durkin, Salt Lake midfielder Sebastian Saucedo.
Not a bad team, really.
All but 5 players on the roster have seen first-team minutes this season, though that includes 16-year-old LA Galaxy phenom. I don't know this kid, Efren Alvarez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know this kid?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
16 years old. He helped lead LA to the U.S. Soccer Development Academy Under-18 championship. All right, the Tigre team. After beating Club America to win the League Mexa Under-20 title in May, the Tigres UNL is looking for regional bragging rights against the MLS team. 6 players on the roster are members of the Tigre senior roster.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like everyone like the other roster.
Including Louis Cruz, who is also a member of the Mexican Under-20 team. The Tigres opened up their defense by knocking off Leon 3-1 with midfielder Leal Cruz striking for a brace. All right, homegrown game history. After the MLS Homegrowns faced the Portland Timbers Under-23 in the inaugural MLS game, the match pitted some of the best young talent against neighbors south. This is the 3rd match between the Liga MX competition, MX, with Club America prevailing on penalty kicks in 2015. Guadalajara, Chivas Guadalajara, and MLS Homegrown 2-2 last year. I don't know, the MLS Homegrown, they got a pretty deep team here, man. A lot of guys play in MLS already.
Yeah, I'll be betting on them for sure.
No number on this yet either, but there will be.
I mean, what the fuck, man? Like, when are we going to get a fucking number on this?
Are we do you think we're the only 2 degenerates in North America that are mad that there's no number? I was mad earlier in the day about this. I really did. I looked this morning. I was like, what the fuck?
I've checked the MLS number for several different times.
I know they already have MLS lines up for the fucking weekend games, but
let's go through those. We got any good ones?
Yeah. A couple of caught my eye, actually.
Actually, Gabe, this weekend, a lot of England leagues get started. Looking forward to those.
What, the Division 2 and shit, huh?
Like Championship, League 1, League 2.
Yeah, guys, the other night we were looking into buying a team in England, but, we don't have the money.
It's not too expensive, though. Maybe in a couple of years.
You got Atlanta United and TFC this weekend.
Over.
Yeah, there'll be goals there. Atlanta United are -163. TFC have been playing better. Montreal Impact, very winnable game against DC United. Montreal will win, both teams to score. Montreal -120, 7-4 at home. DC
Gabe. Look at that game. Earthquakes in Dallas. Earthquakes aren't fucking scoring against the best defense in the league.
Fuck, look at this. Total plus 130. 2.5. What's our? We're gonna get a 3.5 here at a nice number.
3.5 is it's not really. Under under. It's like
fucking 200. Yeah.
200. Yeah. Under 2.5 looks pretty good.
Here, how about this? Let's go with the old. Yeah, this one probably is a clean sheet.
Win to nil.
Yeah, 1-0. Both
Plus
teams
plus 160.
No, plus 100.
Plus 160 on win to nil.
I'm looking at the Dallas correlation here. FC Dallas and under 2.5 plus 333. Ooh.
Not bad.
Can't really score. They might score 3 goals. I don't think they score 4 though. Dude, San Jose have been playing good defense. Fuck, they really have been.
I think that could be like 2-0.
All right, boom. Arizona have come back taking a 4-3 lead.
Steven Souza.
The bad news is the Dodgers, though. The fucking Dodgers. Dodgers, fuck, losing 4-0.
Fucking Maeda, piece of shit.
And we got the under 7 in the Houston game. It's 2-0 in that game.
Fucking Houston. Houston's dreadful, man. Fucking Christ, man.
I know a guy earlier in the chat was saying I was on drugs, so I said they can't hit. Look, they get shut out every night, this team. Fuck.
Yeah, I noticed I haven't seen him since then. Yeah, we know, dude. You've loaded up on Arizona Live. What a surprise. That same guy.
All right, so
yeah, I kid the dance. I'm actually going out on a date tomorrow with Kim Kardashian too.
Yeah, this Houston game though, wow, is really going by fast. They're already into the 7th inning.
Nobody's scoring.
I need the Charger. Fuck.
You have the under, you said?
Yeah.
You just need to avoid that bullpen for Houston or any of them.
Under 7. Under 7. So, yeah, no, I like this MLS stuff. I look forward to it this weekend. We're going to have some, man, the MLS, we're crushing it every Saturday. We'll go over all the games on Friday night in their detail post All-Star break, but FC Dallas is going to beat fucking San Jose.
Why are the Galaxy plus 187 against the Rapids? That's weird. Rapids are terrible.
Colorado Rapids. Yeah, Colorado haven't been playing well either.
That's a weird number. Slatton will be nice and back to normal.
You know, the Galaxy aren't a great road team, you know, but still.
At that price, hard to pass up.
The Dynamo and Sporting KC, that feels like both teams will score. That feels like a 1-1 game. Salt Lake and Chicago, very winnable game for Salt Lake, although they're not playing great.
Who does Orlando play?
Orlando gets the Revolution. There'll be goals, fuck.
Yeah, anytime Orlando plays, there'll be goals.
Portland and Philadelphia. Portland, it's that traditional Saturday night game. Portland, fuck. They'll beat the Philadelphia Union on Saturday night.
Where's Chicago at? Real Salt Lake. Real Salt Lake, Chicago Fire. That's a good over game. Fire can't keep goals out.
It's a nice late parlay, actually, for Saturday night. Plus 172, Salt Lake and Portland Timbers both to win. And then, we got a nice Sunday nighter next week. Fuck. I like this MLS Sunday night game of the week shit.
Red Bulls LA.
Watching this than watching the baseball game, to be honest.
LA at plus 400? Shoo.
Red Bulls and LAFC.
Why is LA plus 400?
Let's see. Both teams. Dude, the 2.5, over 2.5 is only minus 200.
I don't know. The Red Bulls are the best defense in the league.
Both teams to score minus 175. Yeah, LA will be able to score, though.
I mean, you could take LA plus 1 at minus 125. Plus 1.
Red Bulls are good, but they're a little erratic at times. Sometimes they don't score. Their stadium's there in Jersey. I actually see it. Fuck, I'm going to find out how far it is away from me after. So yeah, we got tomorrow night. We got it's sort of like the under 20 MLS All Stars versus the Mexican under 20 League All Stars.
Where's the Red Bulls? Harrison, I think.
Yeah.
It's like 10 minutes.
It's near the airport. It's near Newark and shit.
It's like 10 minutes away from you, Gabe.
Is it like 10 minutes from Weehawken?
Yeah, it's not far. It's like 10 to 15 minutes away.
Perfect. Yeah. I'm going to go for sure then. It'll be easier for me to go there than the Yankee Stadium, you know?
Yeah, you'd have to go into the city, then go up to the Bronx. Yeah.
Yeah, and back and subways and shit. This is easier.
Red Bulls play TFC on the 22nd.
I looked it up too from Giant Stadium to like my place, pretty much the area.
Yeah.
It's 14 minutes. Fuck.
Oh, it's not far at all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I can go to a football game and essentially be fucking back home, fucking half an hour later type shit.
We should go to that. We should go on the September 30th. Red Bulls, Atlanta United.
Ooh, Red Bulls, Atlanta United on the 30th, huh?
That'd be a good game.
Yeah, it'd be a good time. Fuck.
Teams are in first and third.
What's that cool stadium they have there too? Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, so you saw earlier I came on. Fucking the chat was hopping.
Yeah, I saw.
It
was quite sad, frankly.
Yeah, with negativity, it's amazing, isn't it? Like,
listen,
I wasn't trying to start the whole Kaepernick debate. I was just bringing up number one. I want to go over. I want to get to LeBron James too, but spring up. Jerry Jones is a fucking hypocrite. Fuck, the guy bitches about the national anthem all the time. There he is, disrespecting.
And he commits it. Yeah, right. Listen, Gabe, I hear what you were saying. I mean, it's questionable if Colin would be a starter in the league. I'm not going to dispute you on that, but you can't look at the situation and say it's not sad. He's blackballed. You know it, and I know it. I mean, it just is.
There was collusion against him.
Sure, and it's obviously rampant, and it's a sad thing. I've told you before, Gabe, and I'm not afraid to say it. To me, Colin Kaepernick's a hero for American injustice, in my opinion. That's all I'm going to say. I know people disagree with me. That's their own prerogative. I look up to the guy. Has he done some things that are a little bit iffy? I'm not going to lie. So have I, though. So I'm not going to judge him for that. But yeah, I mean, Jerry Jones is a scumbag. I mean, but what do you expect, Gabe? He's white, old, and rich. Those people get away with a lot of things.
Yeah, he can do what he fucking wants, right?
Yep, for sure.
He has for years. You're right. It's continuous.
I mean, I didn't see this video yet. Where was this at?
It was Dallas Cowboys camp open today. He's getting called out by one guy in Dallas. Like,
did you hear what Richard Sherman said about him?
What about this? No, what did he say?
He says that Jerry Jones has an old plantation mentality. You got to respect Richard, man. He never holds back. Hey, by the way, Gabe, meant to tell you, Larry Savage, I saw him earlier in one of the shows. He's back with a new name.
Oh, he is, huh?
Yeah.
Is he here right now?
And no, his name now is Savage Larry.
Oh, he just went backwards.
Yeah.
All right, I see Bruce Chad saying you can't find the link or something. Turned out the original link was fine. Look, everyone had it.
Bruce Chad.
Come
Stop
on,
smoking so much weed. Maybe you'd be able to find it.
and Bruce Chad. Come on.
He's hopped up on pizza. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that motherfucker. Now, Gabe, he knows. I don't think he knows I'm on the air right now with you. I'm going to give him a call, see if he answers.
Who's this?
Bruce Shad.
No, Bruce. You're calling Bruce.
Let me see if he answers here.
Hello?
Hey, Gabe.
I never even heard him. You say he sounds like a hoser kind of, right?
Oh, yeah. He sounds like high all the time. If he doesn't answer, that's real lame.
I say he doesn't.
He knows I'm on the air. What a shithead. What a prick. Now, he knows I'm on with you, yet he won't answer. Unbelievable. He called me the other day just to call me. He's like, hey, big man.
Well, he just called you to shoot the shit.
Yeah, I just woken up on Sunday morning, and he was just like, we were just like chatting. And then now when I really need him, he won't answer.
I like his voice actually sound like you would think.
Yeah, hey, big man. How are you, big man?
That's gold.
He sounds like a stoner, like kind of, you know.
It's funny. We were just talking about the Yankees a couple of minutes ago and their pitching. I didn't realize this. I missed this. They acquired Lance Lynn too.
Who cares?
That's the thing. You know, the J Haps and the Lance Lynns, man. It's not going to put you over the
So
top.
your rotation is Severino, Lance Lynn, Tanaka, Gray, and Hap. Yeah,
Gray, Hap.
a lot of 4 ERAs there.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got like a bunch of sort of number threes. You don't really have that. Severino you're going to have to hope for Severino with the best, to be honest.
Severino was a 9 ERA over his last 5 starts.
I know. Tanaka's untrustworthy. Jay Happ is.
They're all untrustworthy, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think it's a problem for them in the playoffs. I really do. Okay, so other big baseball news here, actually. It doesn't actually fully surprise me. And somebody actually called it on Twitter the other day. I was like, nah, but here it is right now. Supposedly the Washington Nationals want to trade Bryce Harper now.
Yeah, I heard that.
Now, he was bitching the other day. It's interesting. Cam brought this up. I guess Bryce Harper bitched, right, that they didn't do enough at the trade deadline. So Harper was basically, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. It's like, dude, he's not even playing well, Harper. He's a free agent. He's always rubbed them the wrong way. And it seems like now, they're dead serious about this.
Yeah, I would be real surprised if they trade him. I mean, at this point, I don't think I'm surprised that he'd be traded, but
John
right
Morency
now,
and a couple of others, Buster Olney, John Morosi, etc., are saying it's the Cleveland Indians. They're the ones that are pushing this.
dude, he's so overrated. Go ahead, leave.
Yeah. So I was just saying it's the Cleveland Indians guys that seem to be the ones that are kicking the tires on it.
Let me ask you, how much
this guy? This is a way rental. This isn't even like Kawhi Leonard. You're renting this guy for fucking August and September. And another thing is, it's not like Bryce Harper. I need to look up. I'm not going to rip his postseason numbers. I got to look these up. But it's not like Bryce Harper, is dominant this year or anything. So you're going to give up a shitload to get him?
I'm trying to find something here. Postseason numbers.
I remember a few home runs. Let's see. Baseball Reference will have it. All right. Let's see.
His postseason numbers are, he's got 5 home runs.
Well, here it is. Yeah, he's hitting 211.
10 RBIs.
Pretty bad. 211.
In 4 years.
23 fucking times. So he's played in the playoffs 4 times. He's never
19 games.
Yeah, 4 times, 89 at bats. Or we should say fucking
19 times.
89 plate appearances.
Yeah.
89 plate appearances, but he struck out 23 times, got 5 home runs. He's only hitting 211. Like I said, it's not as if he's some dominant fucking player in the playoffs for them, but it can't hurt to have him on your baseball team, but I guess Washington are probably thinking he's not re-signing. Let's just get whatever the fuck we can get for him right now on the way out. And also, as Eric LeDuc is talking about, the Nationals really aren't going anywhere. It seems like the Nationals just aren't. They're not flicking that switch.
Yeah, it's time to let everybody go, I think. What a mess of a team. Great pitching. Still can't win.
Yeah, there's just always problems, huh? And if you look, they've gone through a lot of managers over the years, too. It was Dusty Baker's fault. It was Matt Williams' fault. It's like now
it's always the manager's fault. It's never the player's fault.
Yeah, you're right. It's always been the manager's fault in Washington. Dusty Baker's a good manager, man.
Didn't they have Davey Johnson, too?
Yep. Teams that fire Dusty Baker always get worse after, if you notice.
Hey, Bruce Chad, why didn't you answer the phone?
Oh, there's
what a surprise. Come in right after.
Now here you are, huh?
You really are just a secretive character, I'll tell you. Amazing.
Yeah, big man's not impressed, Bruce Chad. You didn't answer.
Yeah, Bruce Chad, you called me yesterday, but you won't answer now.
Did you answer for him? You did.
Oh, yeah, I answered right away. I just woken up. You're in bed. I was in bed, too. I answered.
I was in bed.
It's such a weak comment. I'm in bed. Well, you're listening to the show, so you're obviously, hanging. I'm in bed. What a lame fucking excuse.
Yeah, I don't want to hear too many details, so I don't want to know what you're wearing now, Bruce. Fucking
What do you got? What do you got? Your PJs on? Glass of milk
Let me
next?
ask, Bruce, are you in the dark?
We
Are
don't,
you sleeping like a Domino's t-shirt?
we don't need to see him though. We just need to hear him.
I almost want to see. Let's see Bruce Chad Cribs and Bruce in bed.
It will never happen. I'd have to send him $5,000 for him to do it.
Yeah, it'll never happen. I know. It's true. Like, Bruce, you've never come on before, but I can't imagine you never show up to the live events, but you're not going to do like the Bruce Chad, Bruce Chad fucking Cribs.
We don't have to necessarily see you, Bruce. We just want to see your room.
Although people are saying, what's up, Bobbert? People are saying that people like Lou's office the other night.
Yeah, Lou's a great guy, actually. Did you see my little thing that I said to him, Gabe?
You said, hey, you wish, when you're 58 or whatever.
I said, when I'm his age, I'd love to be down in my man cave watching UFC. My wife's upstairs drinking a Chianti, watching TV. What a great night. Maybe a fire in the fireplace for a little, it's a little cool out maybe. What a great life.
Yeah, Lou's a good guy. We'll see Lou in Las Vegas as well.
Funny, Gabe. I'm actually researching a little bit about Bruce Chad, and listen to what I found. You get a kick out of this. He made a comment to Mark's Breakfast Plus in Sault Ste. Marie, June 19, 2017. Very bad impression. Staff was terrible. There you go. Bruce Chad commenting on breakfast establishments.
Somebody's either complaining about me or fucking hammering right now.
What's that all about, Bruce? Was your bacon not cooked?
Like I said, another negative guy. Hey, everything's always negative. Hey, bad reviews. You ever write nice reviews, Bruce?
Yeah, anyway. I'm sure you don't write that about Domino's.
Yeah, like, have you ever called Domino's and said, I'm not impressed with the pizza tonight, guys?
No way.
They must know, though. They know you, though. Like, you're in a small town.
We got to call them sometime and ask them if they know how many times they deliver to this address or to this person.
I read a story about the guy that ate the most Big Macs ever.
Yeah, I heard about that guy.
Yeah, he eats he's eating 2 Big Macs every day for like the last whatever years. Pretty
disgusting.
And they all know him by name and stuff at the local McDonald's.
Oh, sure.
Like when Bruce calls, like, do you know Bruce? Like when you call like to the chicks. I'd be mad. Like if I was you and I ordered Domino's as much and they didn't really know me, I'd be mad and like move on.
This has to be Bruce and like a fake name. This is the Sault Ste. Marie Domino's. Pizza and wings are excellent. Good. And the service is quick and delivery. People very pleasant. Prices are very reasonable. It has to be Bruce in like a fake name.
That's fucking gold. Domino.
Bobbert, no pizza for breakfast. I'll see your ass on Google reviews.
All right, guys. I tweeted out a story today. Big man, you like hustle, so I don't know if you saw the story
that
I tweeted, but it was about the Monopoly McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
But basically, remember McDonald's had the Monopoly game where you collect, Boardwalk and Park Place and that was, if you had Boardwalk and Park Place, you got $1 million. Now, they also had, like, if you had fucking Baltic and whatever, you want you want a Viper, like, so they had all kinds of prizes and stuff, right? So I talked about the story briefly today on the radio show, and I was tweeting about it this morning a lot. Pretty nuts, crazy story, but basically, one guy conspired and stole and rigged every McDonald's fucking contest.
Jesus, 24 million.
Like a 9-year span.
Wow.
It's pretty insane. Fuck. $24 million in prizes. $24 million in prizes when it was all said and done. And you know what's crazy? He only got 37 months. He got 3 years in jail, 37 months, and he had to pay back $12.5 million.
Anyone, how much?
He stole $24 million.
So he made 12 and a half.
Except, no, what he was doing, though, is it's a pretty complicated story. It's a good read, but long story short, they had to make those pieces somewhere, right? You know, like all the McDonald's monopolies. So you win a free French fries, you win a Filet-O-Fish, you win a car, like all the tickets, right?
Right.
So who's going to make that? It was a company out of Atlanta that made the tickets and the medallions and the little pieces and shit like that. And it was a company that also did lottery tickets. So they're basically bonded and they don't fuck around. They're honorable. You know what I mean? So they do a lot of contests. They do state lotteries for various states. So the company that was doing the medallions was on the up and up. But the head of security in that company realized how he could make money off of it. And he was in charge. He used to like fucking search people on the way out of the factory every day to see if they hid like a fucking McDonald's medallion up their ass or in their shoe. You know what I mean? Because they were valuable, right? There's $200,000 cash piece and shit, $1 million cash pieces.
Jesus.
Yeah. So he oversaw the security of the pieces. And they were made in the factory and there were people watching. So it wasn't just him. So there was other people. McDonald's had a person there watching, and there was like an insurance person watching, but he was still head of security. So they would then put the stuff in a fucking sealed, like metallic seal that couldn't be tampered with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Envelope after. He got his hands on the fucking metallic seals. So he got the idea, basically. He was alone with the medallion sometimes. Like he was in charge. So he got the idea basically to replace a bunch of Filet-O-Fishes and shit and take out all the $1 million winners and everything. So he started doing this and he was a cop. He was like an honorable guy. He was a cop and shit. And they said he was the reason why he was head of security for this factory is because he was such a hard ass and attention to detail. And he didn't steal for the first few years, but eventually, he couldn't resist, and he stole a $200,000 token at first, and he sold the $200,000 token to somebody for $45,000. So basically, he told somebody, and it was a guy from the Colombo family that he met. He didn't even know the guy. He met this fucking mobster in an airport. They became buddies, out of Pennsylvania, actually. So, He gave the mobster guy a $200,000 fucking thing. You either got a fucking car, the Dodge Viper, or $200,000 cash. And he sold a $200,000 voucher, little sticker that says you won a fucking Viper to the mobster for $45,000 cash. So that was the hustle. So he would give you $200,000 ticket. You give him $45,000. But then you would have to go to McDonald's and claim that you fucking won it, right?
Right.
And McDonald's would ask you questions about, well, where did you get it? And where did you buy it? And you know what I mean? So he did one $200,000 one. And then he couldn't resist. He started doing the $1 million ones. So McDonald's didn't know because people were winning, but he was randomly picking the winners, but he was selling them. He got $100,000 for $1 million once, but he got really stupid. And after years, he got careless with these things. And like he gave his brother-in-law a $1 million token once at a party, pulled him aside and he said, listen, don't tell anyone, but take this. And he gave him $1 million. It was basically, it said, you won $1 million from McDonald's. And he said, all you got to do is just go in and say you bought it, bought a Big Mac, and just don't tell anyone I got this for me. And the guy was like on the up and up. Like, so his brother-in-law didn't want any part of this. So his brother-in-law didn't snitch him out, but his brother-in-law gave the fucking $1 million ticket to fucking the Salvation Army, which set off flags, right? Like the Salvation Army, like they don't usually get $1 million McDonald's coupons in their fucking box. He gave $1 million to the St. Jude Hospital. Now, the feds are saying he did that because he was feeling guilty, and he did that in case he got busted, that he wanted to say that, look, I'm not greedy. You know what I mean? I gave fucking millions of dollars away. It's a pretty crazy story, though. Like he gave like millions of dollars to another guy who flushed him down the toilet.
Yeah, I see one to cover up someone's tracks. To make it appear like she lived with her cousin, Brown recorded the message and led her to reporters a long-winded story about finding the winning ticket while cleaning out her car.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like they sort of investigate a little bit. Like, because it couldn't always be people that he knew, right?
Yeah.
He started to branch out, and they brought strangers into it. And ironically enough, it wasn't the strangers that ratted him out. It was the mob family that ratted him out. It's a fascinating story.
Where do these people come up with this shit?
Yeah, the Monopoly game scam.
So he got locked up, or?
Yeah, 37 months, which is kind of worth it if you. And it's funny too, because at the end of the story, they say that they would do it all over again, but they don't even regret it. Basically,
37 months for $12.5 million. I would do that.
They stole but he didn't really. He stole $24 million in McDonald's prizes.
37 months. That's 3 years in a month.
Yeah, and he sold them for about 25% of their value only, right? 30% of their value.
Okay, so he probably made. So he made 30% of $24 million.
He made millions of dollars, like they said. He bought a shitload of properties and cars, and the feds took everything.
Yeah, he made $7 million.
Yeah, they took everything that he owned, and they put him in jail for like 3 years. He got out earlier, and now he's just an old man type shit.
Make a movie about that.
I know. I'm surprised there isn't actually a movie about it. Like, really, I'm sure somebody has the movie rights.
Who thinks about that shit? Like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna.
Well, a lot. I mean, these contests are always fucking dirty, and
do they still do that contest? No, right?
Yeah, they do now, but they only give away filet-o-fishes and shit, so they don't. And with the cash, they have a $10 million cash prize now, I guess, for the Monopoly game next time. But they do, they randomly pick someone to walk in a store now.
How about that, though, Gabe?
The president of McDonald's walks into a McDonald's and walks up to somebody and says, "You just fucking won $10 million. Fuck."
The trial took place a day before the 9/11 attack, which is why no one remembered it.
Yeah, it kind of flew under the radar. I know, it's fascinating, huh?
Yeah, he was lucky. No one ever heard about
it. It was run out of Jacksonville, Florida. That was the hub. Fuck. They basically realized it was all like in the Florida, Jacksonville area. 25 winners were at a 25.
Oh, I didn't see that. He worked for the company. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was the head of security.
Oh, okay, my fault.
He was the head of security. So, it's one of the biggest scams in American history. It's a great one. If you read the story too, it's fucking funny. The mobster guy, Colombo.
Yeah.
He got into, so basically they loved this shit. Fuck. It was amazing. They could always find people to go cash the ticket, and they would gladly pay the $45,000, right? So they got $1 million, but it's funny, the Colombo guy, fucking, he won a car. They called it the McSting. So like they showed up at the guy's house with a fucking novelty check and shit. And there was a chick from McDonald's who was real, but the TV crew were FBI agents. Fuck. They busted the guy.
So Colombo got jammed up too?
No, Colombo died in a car crash. Colombo died in a car. It's kind of complicated, but Colombo died in a car crash, and Colombo's wife also won because Colombo fucking hooked her up, right, and said, "You were going to be a winner," right? She's the Gloria Brown chick.
Oh, okay.
So Colombo's wife. Colombo's wife was driving a car, and they got into an accident.
A McSting.
She lived, and the son died. And the Colombo family blamed the fucking mother they blame her for killing their kid in a car crash. They think that she did it deliberately. And that also she didn't want the son growing up to be a mobster. So she tried to keep the son from the family, and they're from Sicily. And out of revenge, they ratted her out. Fuck. They called the cops, the FBI, and they basically said, you need to look into this fucking McDonald's monopoly shit, and you'll see that this girl knows about all the winners. So they nailed the chick. She got nailed. So it was ironic. It was actually, that's who ended up snitching in the end. But there's a great story about how Mars Bar company, the chocolate company, Mars Bar, had $1 million giveaway. And there was this one gray M&M. And they got the M&M. Fuck. There was a gray M&M. They got the gray M&M. And the gray M&M was worth $1 million, big man. Except the contest didn't even happen yet. Like they were so inside on this. So the Colombo guy had to put the M&M somewhere. But it couldn't melt, right? It's $1 million M&M, big man.
That's amazing.
So they had $1 million M&M, and he put it in a Ziploc bag, and he put it in his fridge, in the freezer. And he didn't hide it or anything. Like, he just had this fucking gray M&M in his freezer, fuck. And his wife was smoking weed, and she said she had the munchies. And she was fucking going through the freezer.
Oh, no, she ate it?
And she was eating ice cream out of the freezer.
Oh, no.
Said, I was holding this bag up, and I was like, what the fuck is this? There was like this one M&M in a bag. And she goes, I was about to eat it. And in the story, she goes, like a big hand, like is on her shoulder. And it was the Colombo guy. And he told her, don't fucking eat this, fuck. Don't eat it. He said, this M&M is worth $1 million, fuck. I can't tell you everything about it, but it's worth $1 million. Don't eat this thing. And he put it back in the freezer. Yeah, it's a great story, fuck. Like,
but that's the thing, Jermone. It's not the Lufthansa heist because they got away with Lufthansa. Goodfellas is fake. It's a real movie. It's based on real people, but the Lufthansa people have never been caught until recently. They got away with that. Jimmy Burke got away with all that stuff. The movie, they do get arrested, but it wasn't for that. Jimmy Burke got arrested because he fixed basketball games at Boston College. The Goodfellas movie, airport security thing, they never solved that.
There's great stuff in this too, with just they take you inside the story of.
That's a crazy story, man. I didn't hear about that.
Like they drive the chick there in South Carolina and shit. You just imagine the nerves. Like they told her, all right, you got to go in now. Fuck. Like at some point you got to bite the bullet here. So you got to go into this McDonald's in South Carolina and act fucking like, oh my God, I just won $200,000, right? And
aren't they like tracked though, so they know where they're sold?
Yeah, well, you would figure but they didn't then. Because it's pre 9/11, fuck. Everything changed after 9/11.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Security wasn't the same. There wasn't cameras everywhere.
See, Joey Diaz talks about that all the time, how easy it was to commit crimes back in like the 80s and 90s because there was no fucking cameras anywhere.
There wasn't. There was no cameras, dude. There was no picture ID. Like you could use to show a cop like a piece of paper. You know what I mean? It was like, all right. You know what I mean? Everything was sort of trust. And so it was a lot looser to get away with this type of shit before. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was basically greed got to him. He got sloppy. He started giving them around. He got too many people involved. But the thing was, it was hard because he was running out of people to fucking give the prizes to, right? That would pay him. It's funny, a butcher guy screwed him over and fucking it's just a great story. But the chick goes into the McDonald's and she was there for like an hour, fuck, and they were in the car. They were like, oh fuck, like something's up. Like basically now, I know in Ontario here, man, when you win a lottery ticket, like I won like fucking $1,400. I had to go to the
state.
I had to go, to the lotto headquarters type thing.
I think if it's more than $1,000.
They asked me, where did you buy the ticket? Do you go to this store often? Yeah. Like what time? Like they were, you know, what else did you buy? Like they fucking drill you with questions, man. I didn't even win that much. Cam Stewart won 18,000 and they drilled him for like half an hour. Fuck.
I remember you telling me about that. I never knew that.
Yeah, they had an investigator in the room. Where did you buy the ticket? What store did you buy the ticket? Do you go to that store often? Like basically they have a list of questions, man. They're serious about it. Fuck, you know?
Yeah, I never knew. Like I don't know how it is here, but I know if it's over a certain amount, you got to go over to the state.
Well, they want to know whether you like stole the ticket from somebody or they're fuckers, you know? You just don't walk in anymore.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a crazy story. I never really knew any of that.
Yeah, no, his job was to take it from the factory. Exactly. And it's crazy. You wonder, well, how did he get away with it? And basically he stated that the only time, and he didn't do an interview, like the whole story is put together basically from the trial and what he admitted, like on paper. And he basically stated that he was able to fucking get away with it in airports because he would always have an auditor with him watching, like the sort of like Brinks, like they had sealed bags, you know what I mean? But he said when they were in the airport, he could go into the bathroom, and that's when he would rip the seal open and he would fucking exchange. He had seals hidden. And it was crazy. He had like a hidden vest and shit where he would hide pieces. It was like he had it all, man. Yeah, he had it all. And you know what it came down to? He was only making $70,000 a year as the head of security.
Need him more.
Yeah. So he's making $70K.
Even though he probably got a pension from being a cop and all that kind of stuff.
You know, it was basically he basically stated he did it because he could.
Yeah, sure.
Like the first few years he didn't do it, but he said basically, you know, just he said he liked playing God about who would making people millionaires. Like I said, he gave a lot of them away. You know, like he did. Like he fucking dropped one in the St. Jude's box. He gave millions to his fucking brother-in-law. Some Mormon dude fucked him over. It's funny. Some clean-cut Mormon businessman got involved because he was in debt. He owed the IRS money. So he took the tokens. Like it's a fascinating story.
It is. That's amazing.
I can't believe it's not a movie either. Like, how is it not a movie?
I'm surprised, Gabe. I haven't heard you. You probably haven't watched the show. It's kind of off topic, but something else to talk about. You got to watch this new coach. Have you ever seen that show, Last Chance U?
No.
It's been pretty popular in the States. It's about they basically document these schools, these like junior colleges in like the South, and they like follow them around and like it's basically about like these kids that leave Florida State and stuff.
Yeah, last chance of
yeah. And they're previewing this one this year in Kansas. You got to hear this fucking coach that's a coach there. You got to hear this fucking guy as a coach. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on how, what you think of him.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I will. And it's amazing, isn't it, too? So Colin Kaepernick, lines blow up, people hate and shit. I tweet out the Jerry Jones thing. I got one retweet.
Yeah, of course.
But if Colin Kaepernick, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Oh, yeah. If Colin did that.
About last week, guys, about how it's ingrained like politics that the owners are Teflon. Fuck. Like, I'm telling you, like, if a player holds out, it's the player's fault. When there's going to be a lockout in the NFL in 2 years, it's going to be the player's fault, right? It's always the player's fault. You know?
I also have to say that comment about LeBron is just doing this for attention. That was one of the dumbest comments I've ever seen on here.
Yeah, like that's the thing. And I'm critical of LeBron often, but I'm giving him praise. And people are like, oh, he's doing it for publicity. What? He opened up a school for publicity? The guy's like, come on. Like you said, it's laughable, right? There's some of the comments, exactly. I mean, he opened up a fucking school, guys. Literally, thousands of fucking kids have gone to university because of him.
Yeah, I mean, amazing.
It's nothing to do with basketball or publicity. The guy.
I've often said I could.
Grew up without a father, guys. He's trying to give back to the community.
Someone could cure cancer, and someone would have a problem with how he did it. Oh, it wasn't fast enough. Got to be quicker. Gabe, check your Twitter DM.
All right, I'll check this guy out.
You got to see this guy. You got to tell me what you think. Because, like, I think he's.
What is wrong with these cats? Dude, coach, play clock down to 3. Time out.
What the fuck, man?
I know who's burning up right now is head coach Jason Brown for the Pirates. You fucking won up the city, man! Fuck! Are you fucking stupid? Come here!
He's yelling at his team in the huddle. Are you fucking stupid?
Listen to what happened.
I'll tell you what, it is just 1 second away from an all-out.
He's a psychopath.
Wow. I just can't believe that. Come on. Hey, don't do this right now. You got to don't worry about this, man, right now.
So the assistant coach tried to attack the head coach.
He's a psycho, this guy.
Last chance you, fuck.
It's a good show, but this guy's nuts.
Yeah, he appears to be pretty fucking nuts. So, all right, big man, before we get you out of here, how do you feel LeBron James says, yeah, he did consider Philadelphia?
I mean, it sucks. I mean, so close, yet so far. Yeah, I mean, it was a pipe dream. What are you gonna do, right?
He also said long and hard about Houston, too.
Surprised you didn't say anything about DeMar DeRozan. Or not Kawhi Leonard, I mean.
Well, what about Kawhi Leonard?
You didn't hear what he said about the ownership there?
No.
Basically said that to all his teammates in a private meeting that he would go to war for them, but he wouldn't go anywhere for the ownership.
What, of the Spurs?
No, of the Raptors. You didn't hear about that?
No.
I'll have to send you the link. I was reading it before I came on with you. Yeah, they had like a team meeting, and he said, hold on a second.
Well, I'm on top of this shit with this.
The fuck did I see that?
I see Raptors coach Nick Nurse says Kawhi Leonard's very engaging.
The fuck, what was that? No, maybe I got. Maybe it's fake.
Yeah, because everything, I don't see anything here. I'm in Toronto, too.
I swear to God, I read that. Where the fuck did I see that?
All right. The physical has been passed. Kawhi Leonard's a Raptor. You said, Nick Nurse says Leonard was very engaging. I sat down. I said, do you have any questions? He started firing off. It led us to an easygoing conversation. Not what I was expecting, actually. He's very smart. He's very intelligent. He's very engaging. I really enjoy talking to him. Management had to drag us out of there in the end because we talked for so long. We could have gone on forever. Raptors management kept on knocking on the door, and both of us were like, we need a couple more minutes because both of us were really into it. It was fun to listen to his takes. He asked me, how are you going to use me? Where are you going to get me the ball? What do you see? And I told him, listen, you can pretty much do everything. You can post, you can drive, you can handle it up the floor, you can play screen and roll, you can come off of pin downs. I said, did I miss anything? He's like, no, that's about it. And I said, you'll do all of that stuff. Here's a picture. He's all smiles too here.
I don't know where the fuck I read that. Maybe it was fake. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see this. But you know what? It sounds like something that he would probably say too, right?
Yeah, and it made sense because like they were kind of the way they treated DeRozan.
But the thing is, I would say it's a fake story, dude. Only because the Raptors aren't together. Like, I don't see where he could have a meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm reading. I think it was like this 12 Up site, and they're known to be like humorous. So,
yeah, like the Raptor players aren't all in same cities. Like they're.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't make sense to say that right out of the gate.
Basically, I'm just seeing here that the Raptors actually think they can re-sign him. Fuck. Because of the money that he would make. He would make more by staying.
Then maybe he can re-sign him.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it all about money? I don't know. He's a weird dude, right? So, Would he leave money on the table just to go to the Lakers? Who knows? Fuck. I don't know. Is he a big fucking LeBron James fan? You know, you take it 1 year at a time. I'm over the trade. I could accept it. To get a player of Kawhi Leonard's quality, he's one of the top 5 players in the NBA. You have to give up something. I get it. I just reiterate. I just didn't like the way they handled. I just don't like the way they handled it on the way out. But it is what it is. The Raptors will be a good team this year. They'll be an interesting team. It'll be a real battle with Philadelphia and Boston this year.
Yo, Gabe, remember the other night you were saying how Pennsylvania is like a weird state?
Yeah.
Philly.com today wrote an article that Pennsylvania has 36 racial hate groups, more than Alabama, Arkansas, or Kansas.
Wow.
That's amazing, right?
Up in the woods in all these places, eh?
Yeah, like it's Philly and Pittsburgh and then everything else.
Yeah, it really is.
It's amazing.
Politically, too, it's the same thing, right? With the way that people vote and stuff, you know, as far as the Philly and Pittsburgh. 36 hate groups, fucking nuts.
So, Gabe, I need you to pray for me tonight, all right?
Why? What's going on?
I got my first workout tomorrow with my new trainer.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you got a trainer. That's great.
Yeah,
I
man.
have a fucking trainer, actually. I should get a trainer.
You get yourself a nice blonde, you know?
Yeah, chick trainer, eh? I really should get a trainer. I'm trying to exercise more and eat better. So, yeah, you're getting your first trainer tomorrow, huh? How many times a week are you with them? Once a week?
4 times.
4 times a week?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So, you're not going to be able to.
I'm shooting for, like, by December to be down, like, 70, 80 pounds. That's what I'm hoping for.
So,
I got 5 months.
how many? What's the session? Like an hour?
An hour a day, yeah.
Fucking hour a day. Huh?
Not bad. It's, I get, Wednesday.
Yeah, you're going to feel better after. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So,
like I said, I'm not the healthiest person, but I'm not in terrible shape. But
no, you really cut back, man. I don't see you ever drinking soda anymore or nothing like that.
Yeah, I need to sleep more. I need to still take care of myself a little better. But
yeah, I let myself go over the last couple of years, man. I got to get back to where I was 3-4 years ago.
But it is true. Like I see, after exercising and stuff, you sort of get some sort of natural rush. I don't know. You'll have more energy and shit. Suddenly.
Yeah, I mean, I have the time. In the middle of the day anyway, so it's like it's perfect time. So
an hour a day. That's serious. Fuck.
Yeah, you got to see this fucking guy that I have, man. He looks like fucking. He might have like 3 or 4% body fat. This black dude. He's like, he looks like fucking an NFL cornerback.
So that's good. He's gonna have you.
Amazing. And I got my fucking sister. She's there at the same time, and my sister's a fucking health nut too.
So she's coming just out of the health nut aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, and my father's like up my ass about it. He's like, if you don't fucking go, he's like, you're gonna have a fucking problem.
That's good. Your sister there for support too. It's good you won't be there alone,
Yeah. So I'll do plenty of cardio first, So.
Yeah. Probably have you jogging and shit and fucking.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be good for you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need a new name eventually.
You'll feel good. No, you're still big man on campus. Still is big man on campus means cool guy.
Yeah, true. But no, Gabe. Next week, let's we got to make that happen.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it. We'll be on the radio tomorrow. I'll find out whether the studio is free, but might as well just do the hit live.
They got to give you the fucking studio. I mean,
yeah, I can't imagine I'm coming up in the hotel, but no, it'll be great. Fucking, it's right outside of Penn Station, so you can hop on the train and it's easy.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's right there, and I have I could train right to there, so it's perfect.
Yeah. I look forward to meeting down. It's gonna be great. New York City next week. We're doing our shows down there.
Oh, it's gonna be hot up there, man. Settle down, Brian Myers.
I wonder if the Yankees are playing next week. Actually,
Brian Myers is over under miles. Big man has to run on the treadmill. I don't know. I'm actually a little bit more athletic than you might think, but I guess we'll have to see. Gabe, how many push-ups do you think you do continuously?
Not a lot.
Like more than 10?
I don't know.
Yankees are on the road. They play the Red Sox.
I could probably get to 10.
That's it? Really? How many do you think I could do? Seriously. Be honest.
I don't know. I don't. Do you do push-ups? Like, are you hitting push-ups daily?
I guarantee we could bet right now I'll do 30 right now.
So you'll be all right with the trainer then.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be fine. I'm not too worried. I think you're more athletic than you give it. You told us about your basketball days.
Oh yeah. But I don't I don't fucking exercise as much as I should. I have been recently a bit, even not as much as I should, but I have been. I've been trying to get in better shape recently.
Mangler, there's no way that's going to happen. I can't kick anything. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, at the end of this, you're going to be fucking kicking.
I'm going to be like fucking Joanna.
Big Will says no way.
No way what?
He's saying no way you can do 30.
I'll do it right now. I'll aim the camera and do it right now. When I go to New York, I'll do it. Big Will, I do push-ups every day. That's the one thing I do.
Yeah, I do walk a lot. No, I'm in decent shape, Money Tank. I'm in decent shape.
14 and a half.
I just never ate. I never eat well. That's my thing. So I've been eating better over the last 6 months, and I feel a hell of a lot better and healthier.
I don't need a break. I'll go the whole way down. If I had someone hold the camera, I'd do it right now.
Justin Paul say 33.
That's a lot.
All right, so it's motivational night. Everyone's getting in shape now. We got to look good for Vegas.
Yeah, I'm trying to look good for a certain blonde up at Fantasy Sports Network.
Yeah, me. That's my thing. Fuck. I got to be sitting next to Michelle Serpico every fucking morning. Fuck. I don't want her looking over at me thinking, "Fuck, this guy's pathetic."
You kind of, you don't look that much different than Carton, though. So, isn't Carton bald too?
Yeah, it's gonna slide me right in. I know. People that work in the restaurant are going to look over. They won't even notice. So this thing, I don't know. Fuck. Carton lost a little weight. Yeah. Next week, I'll be on with Carton Tuesday and Wednesday, actually.
That's going to be interesting. You and him on the same show.
Yeah. For the whole show. I've done a lot of hits with him.
You're to do the whole show?
But yeah, we're doing the whole show, me and Carton, yeah.
So it's you four or someone's not going to be there? Parsons not going to be there?
I think Michelle might be off. I'm not sure.
That sucks.
We'll see what happens.
Damn, you got to fill in for her? That's not going to be good for the listeners. They're not going to like that.
I know. Parson, me and Parson know each other, though, too. We get along, so that's cool.
Yeah, Big Will, thanks for being optimistic and positive. Appreciate it, man. Him and Jazz, they're two negative guys, I'll tell you.
Well, Big Will's a big dude himself, right? You said that's why you're big. He's Big Will. Big Will's dying. Big Will's always talking about bad food.
Is he a buff guy or?
Who, Big Will?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So he's always talking about bad food in a good way or a bad way?
I think Big Will is a big dude, right, Big Will? You eat like chicken wings and pizza all day, don't you?
Okay. I have a feeling you're wrong, but
yeah, Kid to Groove saying 30 is nothing. I know you can do 300.
Yeah.
You can do.
Kid to Groove can do. Kid to Groove can actually do 500 push-ups straight.
6'5", 300. That's not unhealthy because you're so tall.
I Kid to Groove, dude. You can literally do everything. Are you God? That's amazing. You're the best handicapper on earth. 30 push-ups is nothing.
I don't know. It sounds like we need the Sports Rage Olympics, to prove all this.
You and Mick can play tennis.
Yeah, exactly. Different sports.
I can fight Mick.
We'll get the boxing gloves on.
UFC, yeah.
Don't say that. Now Mick's gonna fuck you, big man. I fucking heard you said you want to fight me. Fucking.
Oh, in the chat the other night, he was all over me. Keep my fucking name out of your mouth. And fuck you, big man.
That's the best. That last phrase. Fuck you, big man.
Fuck you, big man.
Mick's so competitive too. If he heard this right now, Mick in the chat, he'd be like, I could do fucking 500 push-ups. Like Mick.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's the pillar of athletic success.
I ain't doing any fucking push-ups in Las Vegas. Okay. I said I would have played tennis in Vegas. Mick's not showing up. What do you want me to do?
The funniest thing is that Cam Stewart I'm not going to say where he's staying, but that's just funny.
Oh, Cam. No, Cam doesn't hide it. Yeah, what, El Cortez.
That's so funny.
Well, it's right down the street.
Exactly, Sonny. Settle down, Kid the Groove. You're such a shithead, man. Guy's still talking about Kaepernick.
I know, these guys act like Kaepernick never went to a Super Bowl and an NFC Conference Championship game.
Oh, but he didn't win, Gabe. Threw an interception at the worst time, remember?
Yeah, I blame Harbaugh for the Super Bowl loss. He did throw picks in the one thing I saw about it, I'll bring it up tomorrow with you, actually. It's about Carson Wentz. But
Oh, they got laid finally?
no, just fantasy guys are cold on him.
They asked him what he did over the break. He said he had a lot of activity at his house.
So in other words, he had sex.
Yeah, he like winked, you know?
Yeah, it's good.
Carson Wentz, fantasy guys don't like him.
No, just that they're worried how healthy he's going to be out of the gate.
Funny, the
Balls. What are you talking about? Defenses figured him out. Who?
What was it? Oh, the Fanatic today, Gabe. They did a poll on should Carson Wentz start if he's fully healthy. Like, are you worried about an injury? 85% said yes. 15% said no. And the guy was going nuts on why 15% actually said no.
Yeah, well, that's what these fantasy guys are all saying. Not all, but I read Jamie Eisenberg was a big one, and I was talking to a couple other guys, and they were like, "Well, I'm just going to wait and see with Wentz." But the thought is that if Carson Wentz struggles, or he could get hurt again, that Nick Foles takes over. But the only way Nick Foles takes over is if Carson Wentz gets hurt, right? Nick Foles is the backup, guys. And somebody's saying that Carson Wentz defense has figured him out. I don't know what you're talking about. In the game that Carson Wentz got hurt in, it was like he put up 47 points or something. Carson Wentz never got figured out. He didn't get stopped. He got injured.
Now, Kid the Groove is one of the dumbest commenters I've ever seen on here.
No, this was someone else that said that.
You definitely start Wentz. There were people actually called in and said that they should trade Wentz.
That's fucking insane.
No, I'm not kidding. People actually called in and said they should trade Wentz to keep Foles.
Guys, because Nick Foles had a good game doesn't mean that he's the quarterback of he's not Joe Montana, guys. Like, fuck, man.
No one said it on here. They called in the radio.
No, I know, but just out there. Carson Wentz will be just fine. Philadelphia is going to be just fine. The only thing with Philadelphia is it's tough to go back-to-back. Just we were talking about baseball. No one's won back-to-back Super Bowls in 15 years, man. Right?
But seriously, Gabe, on paper, though, you would agree that on paper they're the best team in the league. Like, on paper.
Yeah, I'd give them, they're up there. You know what I mean? There's other teams on paper that are really good, too. But, they're the team to beat. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not. They're the Philadelphia Eagles are the team to beat. They're the best team in the league. They were the best team in the league last year during the regular season. It wasn't just a fluke Super Bowl win, right? You've got to give them credit. I'm giving them my credit. I respect them. I think their schedule is tough, and I think it's just you lose some of that hunger after winning the Super Bowl. Now, Carson Wentz is going to be hungry, which is, I think, really advantageous.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to have that desire to win a Super Bowl for himself, but it's just tough, man. Players just don't have the same hunger after big man. It's not the same,
Yeah, I guess that's what you worry about. The concern that they, kind of just are okay with what happened. But like you said,
if they win again, man, that'll be unbelievable. Fuck. Like if they win again, then then you're really gonna tip your cap. Fuck.
Sure.
Fucking Philly will go fucking crazy again. Fuck.
Even more than we did the first time.
All right, big man. So good luck tomorrow with the training. What time you're training at?
1:00. So it'll be on with you. When I'm done.
All right. Good shit.
So, all right, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for the time, big man.
See you, buddy.
Des Bryant, no. I think Des Bryant's going to have to wait until someone gets injured. I think they're gonna have to wait for someone to get injured. Des Bryant. Des Bryant fucked up, man. Des Bryant like really screwed up. He really misread his market value. Like when Des Bryant got released by the Dallas Cowboys, the Baltimore Ravens offered him a contract, and a pretty good one. Like a pretty damn good contract, actually. I think it was 2 years, $8 million a year, $16 million or something. Like it was more than he fucking deserved. Put it that way. It was more than he fucking deserved, and he said no. He said no to the Baltimore Ravens, thinking, "Well, Joe Flacco sucks, and I can, I'll go somewhere else." And nobody's offered him anything now. Not one team has offered him a contract, and Baltimore rescinded the deal. Baltimore said, "No, well, that was a one-time offer. You don't want it, thanks, bye." So Baltimore's not interested now. There was talk that the Cleveland Browns are going to sign him, but it seemed to be more just talk. Cleveland sort of shut that down. They don't need Des Bryant. I wonder, Des Bryant was a weird fit for them anyways. And supposedly Des Bryant doesn't want to go to Cleveland. He wanted to go back to Baltimore after, but Baltimore moved on without him. So Des Bryant, it's not like teams are lining up for him. Now, I'm not saying that he's not going to get a job. Des Bryant will be playing in week 1. Des Bryant will get signed. It's inevitable, fuck. It's football. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get suspended on a decent team. Last year was Willie Snead on the Saints. There's always sort of, even a second or third wide receiver because Des isn't a one guy, right? So, but basically somebody will get hurt, somebody will get suspended, and it'll open up a window for Des Bryant. There was talk, yeah, the Cowboys are shitting on him, but you're right, it doesn't help. Exactly, Chance Briggs. There's a few players on a few teams that are pushing for him. I personally, if I was the Washington Redskins, I would sign him. If I was the Redskins, I would sign him. You get him on the cheap right now. He fucking hates the Dallas Cowboys so much. Another thing is you get all the inside information on Dallas now too. So if you're Washington, he knows everything. Fuck. He knows, like, he's like Michael Cohen with Trump. Des Bryant knows where the bodies are buried with Dallas. So it's almost worth it for that. Fuck. You fucking sign him. He's going to be motivated to fucking play them. And you find out everything about your division rival. Like, you find out everything. It's like, yeah, what time do they practice? Fucking, what do they do in practice? What does Garrett call? Why is this? The only thing is, you don't really need any inside information with a Dallas Cowboys playbook. They don't change anything. Fuck. They run the same goddamn fucking play every fucking play. We talked about it last week. The Dallas Cowboys are the most predictable team in the NFL. Remember last year, that's what Des Bryant was bitching about after. And everyone, I remember guys on the Philadelphia Eagles last year were laughing at the Cowboy offense on the field. They were laughing and they were saying, "Oh, you're about to do this, aren't you?" And like they knew. Because Jason Garrett runs the same plays all the time. Like they never adjust. So teams just basically knew, all right, this is what they do. They do the same thing over and over and they don't change. So, all right. I want to thank Taylor Stevens once again. Last night I was doing a show on Patreon and it was late at night on a Sunday night. Everything was closed. We were kind of beaten down. And we were talking about how hungry we were and where the hell we're going to go and get food. And there's not a lot of options. And Taylor Stevens sent me chicken wings and chicken tenders last night. And a burrito. Yeah, it's too much. Unbelievably kind, Taylor. It's so nice. It's unbelievable. It continued, too. Today, I forgot, but me and Cam made a bet last week for a bucket of chicken. What is it, Arby? We have the meat. What is it, Arby? Today, Cam showed up with a bucket of chicken, too. Cam showed up with a bucket of chicken today. No, I don't need an escort. I was just kidding. Yeah, it was funny because, yeah, Crowder's good. I like Crowder. And Dawson should have a nice year. There's a lot to, I'm telling you, the Washington Redskins aren't as bad as people think. He could help them, though. No, Taylor and Sonny are class acts. Yeah, so me and Cam, we bet a bucket of chicken. I bet Cam. I said Russell Wilson doesn't drink. I said Russell Wilson doesn't drink alcohol. I said, I bet you he's had less than 20 beers in his entire life. And Cam was like, oh, no. He's going to have more than that. And it was hard to find, but we found it. Russell Wilson says he doesn't drink, and he didn't drink in college. And so, yeah, we discovered. So me and Cam pounded a bucket of chicken today, too. I still have some here. Fuck. That's why we did the poll question today. What's the best fried chicken? Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, or Kentucky Fried Chicken? And yes, I know we've got a lot of we got a lot of fucking Mary Browns and Churches and Zaxby's, but the reason we did, because they're the big three, all right? The other people don't even have TV commercials. You need a TV commercial to be in the fucking in the poll. I voted Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, I couldn't vote in the poll because I created the poll. I will tell you, though, we had Kentucky Fried Chicken when we were in Costa Rica. It was the best Kentucky Fried Chicken I ever had. The Costa Rica KFC is fucking good. Like, it's good chicken. Matty Ice was basically telling me that in Costa Rica they have high standards for chicken. No, I've never been to Japan. And we're going to wrap up the show. But speaking, no, I've never been to Dominican either. Speaking of chicken, Jim Harbaugh fucking told Shea Patterson not to eat chicken. It's funny. Wilton Spate was talking about this, the former quarterback from Michigan at UCLA now. He transferred to UCLA. He can play now because he graduated, I guess. Fucking Wilton Spate was saying that last year Harbaugh came up to him and told him, fuck, I hear you eat chicken. Don't eat chicken. And he said, I forbid my quarterbacks to eat chicken. And Spate told him, I have a dietitian, and the dietitian says chicken's good, whatever for you. And Harbaugh said, no, it's not good for you. It's a nervous bird, fuck. Harbaugh thinks that chickens are nervous, so it's going to make his quarterbacks nervous. So they asked Shea Patterson if Harbaugh said the same thing to him, and he said, yeah, he did. And they said, is Harbaugh like strange? Like, what's Harbaugh like? And fucking Shea Patterson basically threw him under the bus. He said, yeah, he's a really weird guy. He goes, Shea Patterson, in his exact words, he goes, he talks to me and he goes, I just look at him and think, what the hell is this guy talking about? And he goes, but I really like him. He goes, he's fun to be around. And like he's saying about how he knows football. But he said, yeah, Harbaugh says a lot of bizarre things to him. And I guess Harbaugh was telling fucking Wilton Spate, the chickens are nervous birds. And he was telling Patterson the same thing. Don't eat chickens. They're nervous birds. I don't want my quarterbacks eating chicken. And another thing is Harbaugh thinks that chickens are diseased and that they've infected humans and they've made humans sick. And he blames chicken. Harbaugh doesn't eat chicken. Harbaugh thinks chickens have fucking put some sort of virus in the human fucking chain for the last 100 years. And he thinks that white meat is bad. Harbaugh doesn't eat white meat. Like Harbaugh told his quarterbacks, eat fucking pork or beef. And of course, Harbaugh insists that his team drinks milk too. Right? Fucking Harbaugh's always crushing the milk. Fuck. Like, so the quarterback's got to drink milk. You can't eat chicken. It's like, how about you beat Ohio State? Fuck. All right. Don't worry about what they eat. Fuck. I don't give a shit. All right. You can eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, bro. Just beat Ohio State, man. Fucking Harbaugh. Don't worry about this fucking like nervous bird shit. Fuck. Worry about fucking like, you know, I'm a nervous bird because we lose to Ohio State every year, bro. I'm tired of it. Fuck. How about you just beat OSU? Beat Michigan State. Fuck. Yeah, so Harbaugh's being Harbaugh. Harbaugh's being Harbaugh. Yeah, Sports Rage Cribs. It would be great to see Taylor Stevens' crib. Maybe later in the week. Taylor. Let's be real, Taylor. Like, you know, your crib is the crib that people want to see the most. That's all fucking Harbaugh drinks is milk. Harbaugh drinks milk with every meal. I'm dead serious. Harbaugh drinks milk with breakfast, milk with lunch, milk with dinner. Like Harbaugh drinks milk all day. Like he'll drink water on the field and shit during practices, but like with every meal, Harbaugh drinks milk. You gotta like Harbaugh though. Like they were saying, like fucking like Harbaugh plays like with them in the games and shit. Like he fucking takes snaps, he gets in there. When Harbaugh was the coach of the San Francisco 49ers, I guess like there was a practice day once when all the tight ends were hurt. So they had no tight ends that day in practice. And the players walk out and there's some new dude on the field and he's all in uniform and shit playing tight end. It was Harbaugh. Fuck. Like Belichick ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Like they said, yeah, we looked over and Harbaugh had shoulder pads on and said, I'm the tight end today. I'm the tight end. Like Harbaugh's a competitive motherfucker. All right, I wanted to get out of here a little earlier. We will tomorrow night. I got some shit to take care of, so I didn't realize it was 12:50. We're done. Quick baseball check. Fuck me. Of course, San Diego have come back to tie them 3-3. It's 7-5 right now for Texas over Arizona. It's 10-0 for the Athletics. It's 4-1 for the Brewers. And it's 3-3 right now in the ninth inning. San Francisco and San Diego. Anything can happen in this game now. Fuck. Thanks to Big Man on Campus for joining us. We'll hit the Bridgestone Invitational tomorrow night with Jeff Feinberg. We'll talk some NFL football. We'll take a look at that preseason game on Thursday night. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't. We'll see you guys in Las Vegas at IFBC. And remember to watch all the SBR content tomorrow, all the videos. And now this is the time of the year, guys. You're betting your football futures and everything else. Check out the Sportsbook Review, Sportsbook page. Pick out a book that's right for you. Take advantage of the bonus and keep SBR in business so you get the free content that they give you. Other than that, you're on your own.